Boom, we live. We live. We live. Guest solo one. Guest solo one.
Unbelievable Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson.
Fear, and I don't mind being wrong. You heard me. And these shows are better when I just jump out there. So I didn't watch the show on purpose. So if I'm wrong, I'm gonna look like I got egg all over my face. But I'ma go with it anyway, cause that makes this shit entertaining, right? I choose to believe, right, that they went through all of the things to disprove that he wasn't saying what he was saying. Hopefully, he didn't do that. And if he didn't, I'ma just look crazy because I like to jump out the window. I'm that type of dude. You feel me? It's all fun and games for me, right? And that just shows y'all that I don't take none of this to heart, right? As much as other people, right? I still don't have no ill feelings towards anybody, right? I'm weird like that, man. Nobody did nothing to me for me to feel angry or mad about anything. Nobody touched me. right? I come from a place where if a nigga ain't touch me or my pockets wasn't affected and my girl ain't leave me or anything because of something, then nothing really happened. Now I see that a lot of people are not like that on the internet, right? But when I go to work, my clients still pay me what I ask for. When my paycheck come from my job, it still say that they're paying me the same thing that we agreed upon. My gas and electric company ain't turn on me, right? And turn my lights out. My daughter college didn't revoke her tuition and application. So nothing happened. The DMV, you know what I mean? The DMV didn't take my driver's license. Nothing happened. Nobody punched me in my face. And nobody pull a gun on me, right? We're just talking about topics. And for me, I argue all day, every day in the barbershop, right? And the same people come back in the barbershop every week just to argue with me, right? We shake hands, hug, dap each other up, and say, all right, yo, I'll see you next week, my G. In my city, dudes like me and Unc will stand on the corner and argue all day about some shit. Drive by and think that we the worst of enemies and we'd be arguing about sports or something at the top of our lungs. I come from an aggressive city. We argue. We disagree with motherfuckers for shits and giggles, right? So I don't take none of it to heart, right? So this is gonna be Stop the Cap Tuesday. I mean, this is going to be Stop the Cap Tuesday. I'm jumping out the window. All right. So while the crowd, hey, Sonic, I want you to come on later because I want to continue that atheist conversation. Right. We're gonna have multiple conversations this tonight. Right. We're gonna have multiple conversations. But while the crowd come in, right? Last night, at the beginning of the show, I did Tommy Hearns versus Ray Leonard. Now I'm doing Tommy Hearns versus De La Hoya, and I'm gonna go through every show. I'm gonna go through everybody in the welterweight and middleweight division against Tommy Hearns. So let's get it. Y'all come in here, wipe y'all feet off, right? If anybody watched the Community of Skeptics, you know what I mean? Y'all can no, don't even tell me what they said over there. I don't want to know. I want to go off the dome. I want to freestyle. Yeah, Sonic, I want to finish that conversation though. Don't go nowhere. All right, y'all, let's get this fight started. All right, we're going to fight at the MGM Grand. All right, let's get it. Let's do this. About to put these paws on Oscar De La Hoya. All right. I got the reach advantage, y'all, so y'all gonna see me using that jab and that straight right hand a lot, right? I got 5-inch reaches. I got 5-inch reach advantage over Oscar De La Hoya. All right. All right, y'all, let's do this. Here we go. All right, you know how I do. I start off, you know what I mean? I take the first minute of the rounds off. I let them throw their punches. Y'all know my strategy. I showed y'all last night.
It's going to keep his opponent at a distance where he can't harm him. Hey, if you're a fighter and a guy can't harm you, guess what? That's a good thing. The other thing is to set up his other punches.
All right.
Why is he doing this? Can you explain this right here? I mean, he's not doing anything.
Either he's been hurt where we didn't see the punch early on,
Ooh.
or right now he's thinking about getting out of there. He just doesn't want to fight anymore. He's broken down.
Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching.
It's all right.
Woo.
Why was it that Oscar De La Hoya was unable to get a win in his 2 fights against Shane Mosley?
When you're a good fighter, or even a top fighter, and you're fighting another good fighter or another top fighter, as De La Hoya was doing with Mosley, there comes a moment in a fight where what you're doing might not be enough. Or maybe it is enough. But the other guy, the other top fighter, makes an adjustment. And that's what Mosley did. He made an adjustment.
All right, here we go. 1 minute left.
And De La Hoya did not match that adjustment.
Y'all see it. Here we go. Here we go. Don't run now.
Digs in
Woo.
with a good, solid uppercut after taking one. Good combination to the body. Good step back punch there.
Beautiful.
Good looking right hand after he got hit.
You better grab me.
Last 10 seconds of this
You
first
better
round.
grab me.
As we come to the end of the round.
Yeah, I'm getting that undisputed. I'm definitely getting that undisputed next week.
Judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of
Stop the cap Tuesday, y'all.
Yeah, very close.
All right, boom. Look, I'm all the way back at 100. He down at 95% recovery, right? His stamina. Then drop 5. My stamina ain't drop at all. Watch the strategy, y'all.
More than one punch from you now. More than one.
This shit is going to hurt him. I promise you. Let's go. All right.
Here we go.
go.
Round 2 is underway.
All right, he's starting right back out like he did last round.
Blocked by Tommy Hearns. Good double
All right,
jab
good
by
jab.
Golden
Good
Boy.
jab. Good jab, De La.
Hoya.
Ain't nobody hating on you, De La.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away.
All right, I'm going to pick it up at 130. All right, y'all, I'm going to pick it up at 130 instead of a minute. I'm going to start firing him up. He tired as hell. Look. Get off me. Get off me. Keep them hands up. Keep them hands up. Keep them hands. Ooh, come on. Oh, good jab. Good jab. All right, here we go. Couple more seconds, your ass mine, buddy.
Number 2.
Oh, there we go. Woo.
There's a straight right hand. De La Hoya's punch is far off the target. Firing off the uppercut.
Woo.
Great exchange.
Woo. 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 Woo.
Very nice work from both men.
Woo.
Each got a shot in.
Woo.
Now he's putting his punches together.
Get off me, coon.
There.
Get off me. Getting your ass beat, ain't you? Look at your stamina.
Oscar De La Hoya, proud Mexican-American, came from East LA. But for much of his career, he was viewed as maybe a little bit mainstream, maybe not falling in line with that Mexican
Some of that
mentality,
jab.
the way of Fernando
Take some of that
Vargas
jab.
focused on the California fighters.
Absolutely. And that bothered him. That bothered his pride. And
12 seconds, boy.
spurred him on a little bit. I think there was 2 things that he was looking to kind of straighten out in his own mind. One was
Woo.
the appreciation
You see
of
him?
the Mexican-American
How you looking, De La?
Mexican fans, where they didn't think that he
Where my damage at? I'm still at 100.
was too much of a pretty boy. You know, a real Mexican fighter. And another thing that he was always looking to get the satisfaction of was his
Look at
opponent,
him.
that he wanted to satisfy
His
opponent.
recovery.
That was
His
something that
stamina down to 80 now. I'm still at 100.
Okay, listen, you can throw him off with some head.
Oh, he's going to pay. He's going to pay. All right, here we go.
Number 3 is underway.
You know how we do.
Very accurate 2-punch combo
Let's go.
by Oscar De La Hoya. De La
Let's
Hoya's punches just don't look like what they should look like right now, Teddy. I know
Come on.
he's thrown a lot early on here, but there's no oomph on them.
Keep
That's
throwing.
the other side of it. There's always a flip side to a coin, and the flip side here in the boxing ring, yeah, he threw a lot of punches, but they didn't affect the guy.
That's right.
Now, I think he's giving in a little bit.
Hearns is in a good rhythm defensively here.
Ooh,
Teddy,
good
let's give
shot.
Credit to his ability to anticipate.
You know, also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit. Of course, let's give his background of the amateurs credit, but
Come on.
he learned how to get away from punches. This is technique that was taught to him.
Woo. Come on. Come on.
Keeping him honest with the double jab up top.
Double jab. Good double jab. Woo. All right. 130. I'm going to start firing them up, y'all.
Love this.
1 second. Let's go. Jab. There you go. There you go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. And now they're trading blows. Look at that. The hook came home with ease. Oh, and they decide to trade there.
You better run.
Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Tommy Hearns is able to avoid that punch. And he returns on that exchange. That is exactly what the
Woo!
to see. A good combination.
Definitely getting that undisputed. Y'all see me? Where we at now? Damage. He down to 67. Woo. Stamina is gone, boy. Stamina is gone, y'all. This is called boxing.
You're letting this get away.
This is called boxing. Watch the jab.
You gotta make it a fight now. You can do it.
All right, his damage didn't dipped under mine. Okay. Now, De La Hoya got super fast hands, y'all, right? So it's all about me.
But as for how
It's all about me making sure
here's a look.
his stamina drops so his hand speed can drop. Because I don't want to go blow for blow with him because of his hand speed. Now, I have the power,
There's a chance to
but
start to chuck something back.
De La Hoya has power too, and he got the hand speed advantage, right? I don't want to give this cocksucker nothing, right? I don't want to give this cocksucker nothing. Woo, good shot. We don't want to give him nothing. All right. We don't want to give this cocksucker nothing. Good shot. All right. You got 20, you got 15 more seconds before this ass whipping start.
He nearly lifted him off the ground. What an
You got
uppercut by
10 more,
De La
2 seconds. And here we go. Here we go. Start off with the jab. Right hand. Woo! Woo! Don't run. Jab. Jab. Right hand. Body.
Opponent got away from
Body.
the uppercut.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Good shot. Good block.
Scores well to the belt line again. Blocks
Oh!
the shot and then does nicely to work on his own.
Oh, he boxing now.
Stay on the outside.
29 more seconds. I got to land something, y'all.
Comes right back with some offense of his own. Tommy Hearns' eye is an absolute mess. That cut is really
He
a
cut me?
big issue. Now, if you're his opponent, it's got to be the primary target, right?
Yeah, in a way.
There we
you
go.
don't want to get carried away with.
And now you see him scoring well with the right.
Woo, he was about to go.
Four comes to an end.
That boy was about to go, y'all.
Offense is gonna need to shine when he gets
That
back.
boy was about to
Look at the
go.
close-up of that cut we're seeing.
Yeah.
Legs, you're right, Joe. He's got to get out there and buy something.
That boy was about to go. Already down at 53. By the time I get him down to 40s, in his 40s, I'm going to go ahead and put him out of his misery, y'all. All right, let's get it. Stop the cap Tuesday. All right, y'all know how we do. Let him throw them punches. But look how slow his punches getting, y'all.
Based on what we saw at the end of the last round, who knows?
Well, his corner should also be hoping that his opponent.
All right, I gotta get out this corner.
Doesn't
So-
come out here like the executioner to get this over with. Because if he does, I think it's over.
He's got half of the equation figured out. He's throwing a lot of punches, but the more important half of the equation, he's way off the mark.
Yeah, well, you know, you should talk to a golf ball. You know, if you want to hit a golf ball, you want to hit it straight, you wouldn't stand crooked, would you? I mean, your feet would have to stand where you could hit the ball where your feet are pointing. That's the problem. His feet are crooked. They're pointing the wrong way, and his punches are going the wrong way.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Lands flush
Good
with a
jab.
two-punch combo by Oscar De La Hoya.
Good jab. All right, 3 more seconds.
Halfway through this
There we
round,
go. Right hand, body. It's all you bitch ass nigga. Shit. Bitch.
comes right back at him with a left hand.
Keep your distance.
That body.
De La Hoya is coming up with the uppercut. Got him battling. Big shot comes
Put him down. Put him down. Put him down. Put him down. Right hand. Look at the right. Crushing right hand, y'all. I'ma beat the shit out of a Mexican until you stop. Stop. Man, that's a Tommy Hearns right hand, y'all. Tommy Hearns. Look at this shit. This is called a bludgeoning. I told y'all this right hand was gonna cause havoc. All right, go ahead, fall on the canvas, cocksucker. Vicious shit.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten
go.
up, how does he survive?
All right,
One of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits.
Look at him.
Good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now. He needs them right now.
De La Hoya's opponent is having a field day, Teddy. That left hand lands again.
Well, he keeps moving the wrong direction. He needs to move away from that punch.
And round 5 comes to an end. One of his eyes is completely shut. They want this fight to
Y'all see it.
They want to give themselves every chance they have to
I
win.
I told y'all, man, I'm vicious with it.
Palm in the corner. Get pressure on that.
Danny, what up?
Right medicines in
Told y'all I'm vicious with it, man.
the way to fool him
Stop
out,
playing with me.
dump some water, you know, in the corner where the referee has to spend a little bit
All right,
more
look.
time cleaning it up.
Stamina still at 100, y'all. Don't steal my techniques either, y'all. I know y'all watching. Don't steal them. Don't steal them. Let's go.
The start of the 6th
Ooh,
round.
he come out throwing.
Tommy Hearns
Let's go.
coming out here at the start of this round, knowing that the first half of this fight clearly has him out way in front on the scorecards.
Yeah, you know, sometimes guys don't do good when they're way out in front because they start letting up a little bit. They start taking things for granted. That is probably the only thing that can be an
go.
enemy of him right now.
Get on.
He's got that certain something that's a well-acquired skill in this craft of boxing, and that is superb defense, and it's on target tonight.
It is. The old timers would say, you know, that's the hard thing is to learn defense. You know, the easy part, the fun part is letting your
Up
hands
top.
go. So he's got the hard part down. Guess what? He's
Here we go.
enjoying the fun part right now because of it.
Good exchange. He fires back. He's showing
Ooh,
the
caught
sort of
me.
fighter he is with
Good
this
shot.
punching. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Hearns is well off the mark that time. At this point, that uppercut. Wow!
Put his dumb ass down.
And continue
Put
on
his
last.
dumb ass down.
Now he goes
Look at
down
that.
again.
Now I'm beating his ribs in. Look, beat his ribs in. And the coon thought he was just gonna fall out. No, I'm gonna give you these 2 uppercuts on your way down. Boom, broke the rib. Let's break the rib, right? And I'm gonna give him these 2 uppercuts on the way down. Boom. Vicious shit. Bing, bing. Watch it. Weaved under. Boom. Broke his rib, right? Bang, bang. Watch. Weave under. Bing. Yeah, that's that rib right there, y'all. Bing, bing. So watch it from this angle. Weave under. All right. Sit down. Sit your ass down.
Hoya is looking for a way to get this fight back on course. A course that can get him a victory.
All right, let's do this. Where you at? You want more?
No, this is not it. He's not thinking right.
Mhm.
You know, it's one thing to say physically, technically,
Let's go.
to do that, but to do it, you have to be mentally clear. You have to be seeing the plan, seeing what you have to do, what you have to order your body to do. He's not seeing that right now.
And banging away he goes. Can he beat this now? I don't think so here.
Now I know where
Ow.
to get that
Oh
shot.
my God.
Like a sack of potatoes.
Oh. Nasty work. Look, bing, uppercut. He was out right there. But I had to give him one more. Look. Crushed him right there. That left hook crushed him. Oh my God. Oh. De La Hoya, get out of there. Oh my God, that jaw is broke. Oh. Then gave him the uppie. Gave him the uppie on his way down. Look, his legs buckled. He going down. Gave him the uppie on his way down. That's right. Yeah, you're done, son. You're done, son.
It's over. This
It's
fight
over.
is over. Tommy Hearns is
Clean that
proud
bitch
to
up.
say worked again. Knockout victory for him.
Y'all see it. Stop the cap. Stop the cap Tuesdays. Stop the cap Tuesdays, y'all. Whoo! Let's look at these fight numbers and let's get into the show. Let me throw up my Zoom link.
Right there. Yes, he was controlling
Throw up
throughout.
the Zoom link, y'all.
Finish with the knockout.
Yeah, as a trainer, you want to know, can a guy punch? Can a guy defend? You know, can a guy control distance? But you want to know, can a guy finish? He got the answer. Yes, he can finish.
Good, enjoyable was. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.
Look at them numbers, right? They gave him the first round. I'm cool with that. I usually give away the first round, right? I really don't try to, but I try to get a stamina edge, right? The first round, y'all. That's my thing right there. I try to get my edges going early, right? See how the fight is going. Now, who I do want to fight, I think I'm gonna move Tommy Hearns up to middleweight because I want to fight Hagler. I think it's a Tommy Hearns at middleweight on this. If not, I'll move the welterweight Tommy Hearns up against the middleweight Hagler, and I'll take the disadvantage right there. Let's see. Advanced numbers. Woo. Woo. Yeah. So let me see. Let me see if I can get this one, y'all. All right, let's see. Boom, I'm gonna go with Hearns for me. Hold on, no, let me try. Let me see. Let's move him up. Let's move up the middleweight. Ooh, look at Ray Robinson. I'm not fighting Ray Robinson, y'all. All right. Kelly Pavlik. I remember Kelly Pavlik. Oh, y'all remember Winky, right? Yo, Laura still fighting. Laura beat the hell out of Danny Jacobs the other day. Yo, you telling me I don't got no goddamn... I want to play with Ray Robinson, and I want Ray Robinson to fight. Y'all remember this? He used to fight Jake LaMotta all the time. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I'm waiting for Brass and them to come in here, y'all. Yeah, Laura still fighting, yo. What y'all think I'm gonna do? I never played with Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson supposed to be the greatest pound for pound fighter of all time. He's the original Sugar Man, y'all. Let's see what he got. Oh, his style of Lord. Oh, he got this funky Floyd Mayweather type of situation going on here. He got the Philly shell type defense. I don't know if I like it. I like both of my hands to be up. You know what I mean? I like standard traditional boxing. You know. All right. Okay. I don't like his movement. All right, but let's see what he got. He the Sugar Man. He the Sugar Man. He the Sugar Man. Let's go.
And he would throw that jab from an angle where he could score. Keep doing that, you know, and just step it up a little bit on the inside instead of throwing three.
All right, I like his movement. His movement good. Okay. I ain't throw a punch with him yet. Oh, he nigga uppercutted me. Okay. All right. Get off me. All right. It's your ass whipping time. Oh, I don't like him. Oh. He better block.
Well off the mark by Jake LaMotta. I like that step back right there. Just enough to
Who could we?
But still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Flush right hand to the head.
I'm beating the shit out of him. Hey, y'all see this shit?
Robinson's proving to be elusive. Scored well upstairs with the right hand.
Ray Robinson hands is like that.
End of round one.
Do y'all see Ray Robinson hands? I never fought with him before.
And I'm wondering what
His shit a little
in there.
spunky there, yo. Okay.
I'm wondering if he's using legal
Okay, Ray Robinson hands a little spunky there, yo.
to use crazy glue.
Brass, what up?
What's going on?
Ain't nothing, chilling out, you know, getting a couple rounds in before we start this conversation.
Here we go.
Feel me?
Finishing up this debate.
Oh, damn, the vice president debate is on, ain't it?
Yeah.
How
Well,
we
it's
looking?
finishing up. It's about as even. I kind of thought
Vance made it even?
yeah, I thought Vance was gonna do a lot better. It's kind of like they're accepting Harris's answers, and Harris's answers are terrible, but they're accepting. Like, he literally called himself a knucklehead. He admitted to lying a few times, but they ain't really holding his feet to the fire like that.
What'd he lie about?
You said he was in Hong Kong at Tiananmen Square. He lied about that. He lied about a couple of the George Floyd things. I don't know, Chef. I don't know what's going on, but I'm starting to feel like this whole thing is starting to kind of switch a little bit. I'm reading the tea leaves and the conversations, and it's starting to switch a little bit.
And who favor?
I think it's moving a little bit towards Trump. I mean, towards I think it's moving a little bit towards Harris.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel like they I don't know. At first I kind of thought all that stuff was cap, but some of these numbers don't look good. Trump looks good in the electoral vote, but the popular vote is suffering a little bit. And Harris is kind of getting away with stuff that Harris and Walz actually are getting away with stuff that is a little weird to me. And I don't know how this bombing, I don't know how this war is going to play out for Trump. I don't know if it's going to play into his favor.
You see these hands I'm putting on him, y'all?
Yo, so are you a boxing guy? Is that like your thing?
Yeah, that's
You
my
like
favorite.
boxing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me and my father thing, actually.
Okay.
That was me and my father
Okay.
thing. You know what I mean? But as the viewing audience can see, that I'm educated with these hands. I'm educated. I'm a pallbearer. You feel me? I'm educated. What's going on with you though?
Not much, man. You know me, it got a little crazy, bro. See, like, my daily is I'm in the city most of the day until right around maybe about 2 week before the election. Then I'm pretty free to do like my own affairs until the spring, really. So right now I'm in the city every day because, it's the crunch time for a lot of campaigns and stuff. So we got to tighten up a lot of things. My father isn't able to go into the office like he should. So I'm just stepping in. I ain't doing much, but stepping in and making decisions that he would make. But I'm excited about these elections, and then actually this political cycle with what's going on in the Middle East. It's just wild. It's very wild right now. It's a very, like, when they dropped bombs, I was still in the city, so I had to get out of the city immediately because based on demographics, trying to get from the UN back to Jersey when all the news, all the news stations is up there. So that's NBC. They all in New York, so you got to try to like make moves. And then now they marching and they're doing a parade, and the Iranians, they's doing a parade, and they was sending police out to Bensonhurst to protect her. Yeah, it was just wild. It was wild. I wish people could just get an idea of what it's like when I'm always saying I'd be tired because I go into the city so early and get home so late. But it's fun. It's fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't want to be doing other stuff.
That's what's up.
What was your day like?
Bullshit.
Yep, I can hear it.
Bullshit.
I can hear it.
Bullshit. I went over there with my man Logic.
Yeah, I don't know about Logic.
Logic had jumped on smashing them panel, and they was over there giving my man a hard way to go. So I tried to jump on and help him out, but they wouldn't even let me get a word out. So I got off of there. So I I don't know if he's seen it. I put it in Smash Chat. I said, man, we can do the show tonight and really on out what you saying, because I'm like, man, they not listening to you over here, man. Them motherfuckers, they wild as shit. He wasn't he was saying the most sensible shit, and they was just, oh man, James, y'all gotta do better.
I think Logic likes to be in that. I told Logic a long time ago that I noticed that he enjoys it when the whole room is disagreeing with him. Like he'll make like some people just really like to be in that space. Now for me, I don't understand it. But for him, you know, I think it's something that he likes to take his stance. And then, you know, if they like the stance, they like the stance. If they don't like the stance, they don't like it. But I think that's where he likes to be. So I tend to, sometimes I'll go over there and try to see, like, yo, what you on today? What you on today? I don't know what you on, but what is you on today? But yeah, he was on one today. He was definitely on one today. No question.
I tried to go over there and help. But them
Nah, it's nothing you can do.
grab it.
Nah, it's nothing you can do. Once Logic get to the point to where he don't want to hear nobody, he don't want to hear nobody. It ain't nothing to discuss. It ain't nothing to. It's a wrap. So I just let him. I don't let him do anything. He's a grown man, but he likes to iron out those ideas, I think, in real time. So you go back and then go back and, because, you know, like, we're not, me, Hits, and DQ. Matter of fact, shouts to y'all. I was remiss yesterday. I didn't do it. Pause. But shouts to DQ, Hits, Logic, Trimedia. You know, we're not about to sit around and talk about that stuff. I think that's why a lot of times people's like, y'all don't really do. Yeah, well, we do stuff that y'all don't really see. We're not going to talk about Egypt, and, you know, some of us will. You know, Hits will watch it, but as far as like talk about it, not really. How did your video from last night? How did that go over? I didn't see none of the. Did you get any responses? Anybody threaten to kill you or?
Oh no, I thought you looked at the comments. You ain't check out the comments.
No, what happened?
Well, they was basically, damn, I put him down again. Yeah, that uppercut nasty, Danny. 504, that uppercut getting nasty, man. It ain't nothing he could do with it. Look, you see how I weave the punch?
Shouts to Danny. Shouts to Danny. That's Danny Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, shouts to him.
Yeah, this fight night, Q. Look how I weave under the punch. And just catch him. Bang! Bring that motherfucker right up. Vicious. I never really fought with Ray Robinson, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson. Yeah, that's crazy. A Cube, the game's still good though, bro. I'm playing it, like you said, it's 20 years old and it's still solid. You feel me? Yeah, I saw it.
I think that says a lot.
Yeah, they definitely did a good ass job. Yeah,
that says a lot. But then also, it says a lot about the lack of boxing games. You know, quality boxing games since then too. That says a lot. It says a lot that they ain't quite figured that out just yet.
It's champion, Q. Fight night champion. All right, let me see.
When you and Corey can you and Corey y'all play the same systems?
Yeah, I got everything. Whatever. You know, only thing I don't have is PC. And me and Brendan working on getting me a PC right now. Cause Brendan the PC guy. So me and Brendan working on that. Cause Brendan build PC. So, you know.
Oh, you gotta give me Brendan information. I definitely need a gaming PC.
Yeah.
That way I can I don't gotta worry about exclusives. I can just play what I want.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna end up, because I go into the computer store like once a week. and I be pricing them and them shits. I'm like, man, I'm gonna end up spending like $7,000. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm that type of person. When I go in, I gotta get the best fucking shit. So
Trust me, I know.
yeah, so I'm like, man, I don't want to spend all that money, but I'm just enticed to get one, right? And
Mhm.
so since I've been rapping to Brendan, he be showing me how to, get the parts that I need, you know what I mean, and configure it where I'm getting the best machine that'll last over time. You dig what I'm saying? Kind of give me a couple years before I have to do any major upgrades. So yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put him in our group chat, man.
Yeah, put
Brendan
them
is
in.
a
Yeah, put them in
resource.
there.
Yeah.
Pause. I definitely. Yeah, I know. I gotta catch myself, but the I've always been curious about that. But like, I'm a gamer. Like right now, I'm playing uh Starfield. Starfield dropped a new DLC today, so I've been
Okay.
playing that a little bit since I've been in. But now I'm just staring at it. I don't really get to play really to the weekends now. But I've been trying to play 2K, but this 2K is so bad, just bad. They dropped the ball.
Oh yeah, I ain't even tried to. I haven't even tried to play none of the two. I tried to play that shit last year, man, and I couldn't even get the game started. That shit was so fucking hard for me to start the game. I said I cut the shit the fuck off, cause on Xbox we get it for free. You know what I mean? And Game Pass. So I said, man, I'm gonna play 2K. I couldn't even get a fucking game going. I said, what?
It's,
So imagine trying to shoot the ball. I said, yeah, this ain't for me. You feel
to
me?
play 2K, to play 2K now, you gotta kind of have a good set of friends, been playing for a while, that kind of stuff. But you know, bro, today was like the busiest day in history, Chef. I mean, between the dock workers,
Oh yeah,
Iran,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Israel,
yeah,
the
yeah.
debate. When I tell you the city was humming, bro, the city was humming. I mean, just every 10, 15 minutes is another this, you gotta do this, gotta go here. It's just crazy. It's a crazy day.
Yeah, I already know. I
It's a
already know.
crazy, crazy day.
I already know they
Where
all.
where Corey at? What do you sleep?
Man, Corey probably sleep, but Cube and Pan African want to come up already, so that's
They
gonna be
gonna sit, they're
fire.
gonna make it, yeah, it's going there go the show right there. I
Yeah.
will tell you this, bro, Pan African James, before you come up here. Stop going at my guy Logic so much, man. You're starting to sound personal. Starting to sound like you're going at my guy because you got some personal feelings. He trying to
Work
he
some
just
shit
like
out.
he trying to work this stuff out. He on his own journey. He know how he feel about these things, but he's trying to work it out with y'all at the same time while having a distaste for y'all. So just cut him a little bit of slack, bro. He's trying to figure it out. But yeah, invite him up.
Your
Invite him up.
resident atheist has arrived.
Oh
Peace.
God.
Cube, what up?
Nah,
Q, what
nah,
up?
peace, y'all. Now, what is this shit I'm hearing, Chef? Because I remember, I want to say it was last year. I made a video. I was going through all my PC components, and I remember specifically you. You made a comment. Oh, PC is trash. Da 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 da. Da. Get a Mac. Get a Mac. Get a Mac. Now I hear you trying to get a PC. Oh, how the tables turn once niggas learn. This is crazy. I've been telling niggas from day one that PC is where it's at, man. PC is where it's at. I've been gaming on PC for what 5 years now. So I've been telling niggas. That's why I don't have to go through all the extra hookups that niggas got to do with the PlayStation and all the other shit. No, I just click on the game, turn on my OBS, and broadcast and get busy. Now Chef talking about something. He got niggas making him a PC and this and this and that. What's up with that, Chef? What's up, man? You there? I can't hear if you said so.
Yeah, I don't think you're there. Now, PC is more convenient though, Q. Like
It
it just
is.
is. Like Xbox, I love Xbox, but the the exclusives are they don't keep up with everybody else. PC, I could just buy everything, and then I like playing Civilization. So
Oh yeah,
I hate
yeah,
having to get off of my Xbox to. I play Civilization to relax, kind of like playing chess, and
yeah.
I don't.
Y'all can't hear me?
I hate that. You can hear you
Well, now
now.
we can.
You
I
can hear
don't
you
know
now.
how I managed to do
Hey,
that.
if you play Civilization, have you ever heard of a game called Frostpunk?
No,
Man,
I
listen,
love
I'm
Sid Meier's Civilization.
yeah,
yeah.
I love like similar Civilization used to be
What's
my
it
shit.
called? I'm gonna load up Steam right now. It's on Steam.
Yeah, well, part two just came out, Frostpunk Part Two. Like it's about like the world done ended after World War III, and the
Mm-hmm.
whole fucking world is frozen over. So you have this generator, and it's like 100 of y'all. So what you have to do is essentially build a civilization. It's the same thing as civilization, except that
Mm-hmm.
you have to start with like a generator, and then you got to build homes. You got to start getting your resources, kind of same shit, and then you start meeting other tribes and stuff like that that also survive the nuclear winter and shit like that. But part two just came out like 2 weeks ago. But Frostpunk, if you like Civilization, man, you're gonna love Frostpunk.
Should I play the first one or the second one,
To be honest with you, I
or
think
just both?
part one is better than part two. Part
Okay.
one is better than part
Yeah, I'll
two.
start with part one then.
Yeah, part one, and it should be cheap. Should be nothing but like maybe $15-$20 or something like that. But yeah, I just started playing part two, but I haven't really had enough time to really get into it. Like the mechanics are totally different. But yeah, it's a
How
dope.
old is this game?
It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
No,
Part
I'm
two.
talking about the original.
Part one, I want to say maybe 5 years ago. I want to say.
Yeah, it's got to be good. It's still 30. Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah,
That means
I'm telling
it's
you,
got to still be
if
good.
even if you like Civilization, you're gonna love Frostpunk. I promise you on everything. That's
I
why
got you.
I suggest part one first. Not that like part two isn't a sequel. It's like kind of like if you play Civilization two, three, four,
It's an
five, six.
upgrade.
Right, that's all it is. It's not because Civilization is not a sequel. It's just
Upgrade.
a
Upgrade,
upgrade.
yeah.
Yeah,
7 come out in February, but I still play. I don't even play 6. I didn't like 6, but I still play. I still
five was
play.
my
I
shit.
play 5, yeah, because
Five
I
was
saw the
my
mods.
shit.
The mods is I
Oh my god.
because that's another thing I want about PC. The modding aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Modding
stretch games
community.
out a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can play them a lot
Yeah,
for
you
a
don't
lot
have
more
to wait
time.
on DLC because the modding community, especially if it's a popular game, the
Yeah,
modding community will add to it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So yeah. But Chef, you
Yeah.
never answered that question. Whatever happened to you trying to take a shit on PC and now you trying to get a PC? Explain yourself, sir.
Okay. Well, it's simple. I'm only getting PC for gaming. Everything else, I still think Mac is superior for me. Um, for what the things that I do other than gaming. PC definitely got Mac on gaming. All right, we cool with that?
Uh, well, you know what? I'll say this. You're gonna start off with the gaming, but once you see the convenience and the same things that you can do on see
No. Do you know we came from PC? Do you have any
well no
idea
everybody
how
did. Everybody
do,
did.
do you know how painful computing was with fucking PC?
Everybody did. Everybody did, bro. You're not saying nothing crazy. I'm not
Right?
saying like you wild for saying it.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
Do you know how painful that shit was?
Yeah,
Do
but
you know
it's
how
a new
easy my
dawn, man. It's a
life?
new day.
Do you know how man, listen. I
Hold
don't
on.
want Windows for shit. Like that shit is oh my
Yeah, I'm
god.
not a Windows fan at
Yeah,
all, but but
Where
I
y'all
don't
mean?
want to
Hold on.
go
Where
back
y'all
to
mean
that shit.
y'all came from PC?
We did though. Like we
y'all
started.
just
Listen,
y'all niggas
everybody.
just don't
Hold on,
say
hold on,
hello.
hold on.
Nigga, I had
Let's
Atari. Like,
Oh no
what?
no no no
What is
no
we
no no
talking
no
about?
no. Let me explain it. Let me explain it because you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it if you
Uh,
think
Yeah, I
too
missed
fast.
it.
Yeah, because see what happened is when you talking about PC computing, everybody started with Mac with those floppy disks. We started with Mac. but what we all migrated to was a PC. Everybody had a computer, and that computer was a
Had
PC, a
Windows.
personal computer. Everybody had Windows. So when I say we all came from that, I mean Windows was globalized to where everybody had it. Now when we started
Oh,
off, we had the
you talking about okay. When you say PC, you talking about just we came from computers.
right,
Like you
exactly.
mean you talk
So
about going from a computer to a Mac versus that's what you're talking about, right?
no,
Yeah, so no. If you're talking about gaming, yes, you can start off with the Atari,
Yeah.
2600, all of that. That's in the 80s. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about computing. We started off with the Mac, with the floppy
the
disk, with the
Macintosh.
Oregon
That's
Trail.
right.
We started with that.
Okay, yeah. In terms of
But then,
computing. Yeah.
right,
All right, I
right,
got
but
you. I
right, but
get it.
then
I
yeah,
get it.
okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I say we started from a PC, we actually started from a Mac, but everybody graduated to Windows. But then Apple actually got better when they came out with Macintosh and shit like that. It got a little bit better. They started to make iPhones and stuff like that. And then it came out with the Macs that were better, and that's when people migrated back to Macs. But before that, we all know
Windows.
what we know.
I
Yeah,
ain't on Mac yet. I still cause I was always doing my little illegal shit and bootlegging, and Mac was them motherfucker had all the safeguarding shit.
yeah. You
Yeah.
couldn't do it. You couldn't do it
Yeah,
on Mac.
yeah. So I was
Thank
like,
That's what
God.
I'm saying.
I'm robbing. I'm robbing and stealing. You know
I
what I'm
still
saying?
do it now.
I
I do it
can't do it
today.
with the Mac. Exactly. I
I
can't do it
still
with
do
the
it
Mac.
today.
I'm robbing and
Movie.
stealing.
Mac is the police.
Listen, I ain't paid. Listen, I ain't paid for a video game since last year when Street Fighter 6 came out. I don't pay
Yeah.
for video games because
Cube,
they're free
Cube,
on
you
PC.
nice on that Street Fighter. I be watching you. I watch you
Dude,
play that
he got
motherfucking
enough
Street Fighter.
hours in it. He
You
got
know how
enough
long
hours.
Cube
He a
been doing
goat.
these damn
Yeah, he
games,
got
bro?
enough hours in it.
That nigga Cube been debuting games for like 5 years.
Right,
Just
Yeah,
test
like
them out.
that's like half of my channel is video games. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah, if you've been playing that long, you better be nice. So you just wasting time.
Yeah, nah, I'm nice in
Yeah.
the Street Fighter shit. I ain't no
Hold
champion.
on, yo. We got Pan African James in the building. Pan African James, what's up, G?
Black Egypt in the building. It's good.
Peace, what's the deal? I just came through. I heard you had a problem or something. So I was trying to find out what the problem was.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
got you
thought that was Rob
surrounded.
Bourne for a second.
He do look like Rob Vaughn. He do. Every time I see that
Same,
picture.
same difference.
We got you surrounded.
No, hell no. Don't put me in the same category as Rob Bourne.
I wouldn't put
That's
Pen
dis-
African Jamie no damn Rob
That's
Vaughn.
definitely
Disrespectful to
disrespectful.
Rob Vaughn.
Disrespectful to me. I don't start my history in the 1950s or 60s.
that
Or
I'm
whatever.
glad you said that. So check
Yeah.
this out. Check this out, Pan African James. All right, when I came on your show earlier, y'all ain't even
My
let me-
show. Hold on, slow down. That ain't my show. That's Smash's show.
You be running it, bro. So
Word,
don't even
okay.
try to act like
Ah,
you ain't
Said my
controlling.
show.
Yeah.
that nigga say word.
When Smash
know
sit
what?
back,
I ain't
when
even gonna
Smash sit back, he give you the rank and you be over there controlling the show, telling people when to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I got
yeah.
it. I got it. Okay.
All right, cool. Now, y'all ain't let me finish what I was trying to say. All right. So hopefully I can finish it now. Now, when Logic was trying to say to y'all that we were African Americans, and he wasn't saying not to study African history or ancient African history. He was saying that your history do start here. And I was trying to say it's like a stopwatch, right? You when you start from where you at and then you rewind it back. In order for you to know who you are, you tell a story from where you at and then you rewind it back. That's how you find Africa. So when he started talking about people like Thurgood Marshall, y'all threw a hissy fit. Like, what African American is going to turn their nose up at goddamn Thurgood Marshall? Do you know how crazy y'all sound? You
No.
would.
Wait a minute. You said.
Hey, hold on,
Hold
really
on,
quick.
hold on, because he's talking to me.
No, I
Like, how
understand
you
that. I'm
jumping
not
in
trying to
when you
answer the question, but I promise you, I just want you to try to give some background because I wasn't there, and I don't want to be lost in the conversation. On if you just give a little bit of background so we can understand what happened.
Go ahead, James.
Well, I think Logic was in a position of trying to figure out why do we seemingly want to start African history with Egypt, and what was the fascination with Egypt, right? So in that conversation, I asked Logic, well, who does he use as a historian to try to understand history that's of African descent? Who does he adhere to for his historical knowledge? He said Thurgood Marshall. So I didn't think that was a valid answer for what I asked him, which was who does he look for historians? Now, if he wants to say that he looked to Thurgood Marshall for being a great political leader in the African American history, that's fine. But he's not anyone that I would have mentioned. I don't think anybody on this panel would have mentioned for some type of historian of African descent that we look to try to understand our history today. So that's what the premise of what happened.
So for me, when you're talking about African Americans, I would start in America and then rewind it back. Now, if we end up hitting Egypt on our rewind back, right? But how do an African American know who he is? We have to know our current history. How do we get in this current situation, right? So when people started mentioning people like Dr. Martin Luther King, it was somebody on your panel who was saying, our history, only thing they teach us is about Thurgood Marshall and Dr. Martin Luther King. Yeah, they some good motherfuckers to start off with, right? If you want to know who you are and how you got in this situation now, then Dr. Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement and Thurgood Marshall is a good fucking place to start, James. Now, when you start rewinding your history back, if we end up hitting Egypt, when we rewind back to the slave ship and then back to West Africa and all of that, and then if we end up back in Egypt, then fine. But how can you start in Egypt, right? Do you believe that you're a descendant of the ancient Egyptians?
Man, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you act like you don't know that everybody starts their history from the beginning of time. Like most Europeans and the indoctrination that we got started out with an Adam and Eve story. Like who does? So hold on, you don't
that's
think
the Bible? That's the Bible.
Yeah. That's what all our grandparents.
That's not history. That's not history.
But hold on, that's what our grandparents believe in. That's what we come.
Yeah, but you just said all people start this shit off with their history.
Yeah, and that's how history in the world throughout all of civilization has always looked at their history from the oldest point and then going into the present.
But that's the
so okay, now let me name me another civilization that does it the way that y'all talking about.
Well, hold on, Sosa. But Sosa, you missing the point. He's not starting with the Bible. He's using that as an example. He's not saying that the Bible is true. He's saying that.
No. He's saying that the Bible. People start with their history, and he chooses the Bible.
No. That's not what he's doing. He's saying you go back to the farthest point, because when you look at the Bible and Adam and Eve, that's the farthest point for people that believe that nonsense. So what he's saying is you go back to the farthest point, and for him, which I disagree with, he's going back to Egypt which is the farthest point. Now, to Chef's point, I disagree with that. I'm not finna go back, start at a point from a nigga that lived 50, 60 years ago. I would go back further than that when it came to our genesis as African Americans, like a nigga that was enslaved. I wouldn't go back.
The example that he gave, though, is he gave context.
Mm-hmm.
He said you start where you are, and then he said you go backwards.
No, I understand that, but that is not the way how anybody does it. They don't start with They don't start with a great figure from 50 years ago. They start with their genesis.
If you want to understand your history, it's best to start where you are and go back.
Exactly.
Than to start from the back and come forward. That's crazy. How you gonna find stuff?
I'm asking for another group of people outside of what y'all are talking about that does it that way. That's actually in a prominent position today.
Native Americans.
So Native Americans, I'm talking about in a prominent position, like the people that's in ruling classes today, like the Great Britain.
African, would you say African slaves?
No, I'm not talking about nobody in Africa. I'm talking about another civilization.
I didn't say nobody in Africa. I didn't say nobody in Africa. I said African slaves. Slaves.
That would make more sense. That would make more sense because that's where our genesis as African
Yeah,
Americans
but you
African
began.
got to
American
but
So
slaves.
but you got to
so I
get
wouldn't
back to
start
that.
with I wouldn't start with a Martin Luther King. I would start with a Nat Turner or Harriet Tubman because that's more closer to our genesis. But now, while I disagree with Chef, I also disagree with Pan African James because you're going back 2, 3,000. Well, excuse me, 6, 7,000 years. Like, come on, like, what are we doing with
Because
that?
there's a lot of groups per se
This
that
is
start their
crazy.
history in the
And
United
this is
States.
crazy.
Irish immigrants,
Man, hold
German
up, man. Wait,
immigrants,
excuse me.
Italian immigrants. I mean,
That's
that's
where
not
our
that's not
history
even
y'all
started.
that's
still
not
have
even
not
a difficult
identified a
question.
civilization that does it the backwards way that y'all talking about.
I don't know what
switched it. Now
backwards.
you
The
talk about now we
Italians
talk
don't do
about
their
a
history.
but see now you
Italians don't
talk
do their
about but see
anybody
now
that
you
has
talk
a
about
written
a
history
but
starts
now you talk about
in
a
the chronological
civilization.
order.
Yeah, now
African
you're talking about
Americans
civilization. That's
African
something
Americans
different.
is not a civilization. So now we having a
Right,
whole
we're
another
a group.
conversation.
You said
We
a
are a
people,
group.
so I'm
It's
just saying.
we gotta get the
Italian
language right.
immigrants, German immigrants,
Man,
Irish
hold up,
immigrants,
man.
Latinos in America, Native
We
Americans, Asians with the Transcontinental Railroad. There's a bunch of people that start their history in the United States.
right, and that's why I believe that you would have to
Okay, well
start
then
with the person who was.
answer me this then.
I ain't about to
Why
answer all
wasn't
these
we
questions.
educated with ancient history the stars of the like that didn't happen?
No, you're not disregarding the
No,
ancient
I'm not
history,
disregarding what you're saying. I'm just answering your question.
No, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying from what y'all know about your family history, when grandmama and your mama and
There you
everybody
go.
else that came along, right? They didn't tell you nothing about no Adam and Eve story or
Now you talk about religion. If they're
Yeah,
Christian,
but you're talking about a fictional. You're talking about a
I'm just
fictional place.
you talk
That's
about the
not real.
origin of man or
Yeah, that's not
mankind
real.
through a thing. You talk about that.
so
Yeah,
hold up.
that's
So
not
y'all
real.
saying that our ancestors
James,
wasn't indoctrinated with this type of
Pan
history.
African James, you
No,
like
no, we're
you.
not saying.
First
I'm
you
just
We're
talk.
the
not
only
saying that.
Hey,
person
hold on.
that
We're
Let me
not
get this out.
experienced
saying
in
that.
America.
Let me make my
why
point,
I'm
Brad.
just
Let me make my
interested.
point. Let me make my point
Go
real
ahead.
quick. First, you talking about civilizations, right? We
Yeah.
talk about African American. Then you saying go back to your first point. Then you
he
talk
moved the
about like a
goalpost. He moved the
religious,
goalpost.
like
Because
you change the
I answered his
conversation. I
question.
can't
He
even.
Because
said he
I
what
can't
I'm
even
changed it
doing,
because
follow
I
where
what
we're
I'm
answered his
going.
doing is
question.
no, hold on. What I'm doing is Chef made
Because
it.
why would Thurgood
Hold on.
Marshall come with a conversation with
Chef
Adam
put
and
a
Eve?
premise out there that we should start. I mean, excuse me, was it what was his name? Logic.
We should start. Yeah, we
Logic
should
and
start our
Chef,
history.
or I guess you guys are in agreement that we should start our history from America and then work our way back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because this
Yeah.
is our genesis. You don't get African Americans before slavery. They don't exist.
So y'all all in agreement with that. But what
Yeah, we
I
don't have
asked
that. Not
after
argue
that
this to death.
question is, what other people that's in prominence do their history that way?
But we don't have to look at other
No,
people.
no,
But
I'm asking
why do
y'all
you
what
keep
other
that? No, listen.
hold on.
do
I
their
don't
history
know.
that way.
I
I'm
don't.
just
I
trying
don't
to ask
study
the
other
question.
people's history
But
like that. I
why
don't
is
know.
it a
So y'all don't
but
study
why
history at
hold on,
all then.
No, I
why
do
is it a
study history.
question?
That's why I
But hold
answered
on,
the
but
question.
why is it a question to look at other people when we know when we're talking about African Americans and that's the subject, we know exactly where our genesis was. And our genesis as African Americans is slavery.
Yeah, the
That's our
ethnic group begins
genesis.
it. Our ethnic
So
group
Okay,
so
well,
so
begins it.
okay.
so,
So
so why do
since
we
we
have to
know
go
that, then
anywhere else?
what percentage of the African American community indulges in these religions that we've been indoctrinated with? What would you say
You
that
talking
that
about
percentage?
But that's a
religion?
different
What are you talking
question, bro.
about?
But
I don't know. That's a
That is
different
a
conversation.
That's
now
the problem. They
now
believe
you're
that that's
talking
our
about
history
religion and
So
doctrines that we were
Sosa tried to
indoctrinated.
hit
because
him
they
off,
believe that that's
Cube,
our
and
history.
you stopped him. Sosa tried to hit him off, Cube, and you stopped him. Sosa seen exactly the error that he was making, and you stopped him.
It's an error. So our people, man, let me.
No, that is
Can
the
somebody
errors in you.
type in what percentage of African Americans are Christian? Do that.
But that doesn't
What
matter.
do that? But
That's a
that don't have
different
nothing to do with what you're
argument.
talking about.
Jesus Christ.
So if
I
our
know you
people are,
listen.
if our
Hey,
people,
James, you're moving.
if
You're
our
moving
people
it to
Shout
that
out to my
conversation.
shout out to my
adhering
Muslims
to
out
a
there. Like I don't
Christian
know where we going with
if
this.
they're adhering to a Christian type of ideology for a base of history, y'all don't see that as a problem.
What
I
does
mean,
that
matter of fact,
matter
just
with
let
the
me
But
finish my
Genesis?
that ain't. But that's a whole nother conversation. You done
What does
named
that
like
matter with
5
the
different
Genesis?
conversations. Because listen, once I answered your question, then you moved it to a whole nother conversation. Your points are valid in those conversations, but we trying to stay on the original conversation. African Americans date their history back to slavery because there'd be no African Americans that like that people. Other people do that. Irish immigrants coming over on the what's that in Ellis Island over in New York. They some of those people start right there. Your great grandfather sold olive oil on the streets of
Yep.
63rd and stuff. They start right there. So it's not normal for people to start right there. Now, what logic is saying is that when the African Americans' history per se, not literally, but per se, when families started in slavery, like African slaves, then what logic is saying, y'all try to start it somewhere in the Sahara of Egypt, and that don't make sense to him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna speak for him. I asked him to come up here, but that's all he's trying to say. But that's the wrong crowd to say it to, because that's kind of like where y'all are very well versed in that with DNAs and stuff like that. But he's just saying, concern yourself with the things let's start here. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not gonna.
So let me.
Adam and Eve is fictional, so I ain't about to start my. Even if they told us our history started there, it's fictional. Those aren't real people. So,
okay, but hold on. According to what this says right here, 75% of African Americans adhere to Christian identity.
So what though?
Okay, so y'all don't think that is a problem? We really adhere to that.
Okay, so
you just said it was fictional. That it was fictional history.
Do you want to have a conversation about? Do you want to have a conversation about the effects of Christianity on African Americans? We can do that.
That's a separate. We could do that, but we're not gonna mix what you was talking about with Adam and Eve, because that's completely different. You asked the question, we answered it.
I don't know how we defend Thurgood Marshall and Samson in his goddamn same dialogue.
Hold on, this should kill the argument right here. Hold on, this should kill the argument right here, and this should be
done. Better than that.
Listen, this should kill the argument. We should be able to move on. Brother, were there African Americans in Egypt?
No.
What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Brother,
don't ask me that question.
I'm talking to you. Were there
do not ask me something like that. I mean, I'm not even going to respond to that question, because that's something that only an idiot would answer.
So bringing up the Bible as a starting point is idiotic also.
No, because the indoctrination of our people is
indoctrinating us on Egypt.
No. At 75% right now, our people are indoctrinated with Christianity in America.
And
so
100% of the Magi archers is indoctrinated on Egypt.
Y'all think that history is beneficial for our people to think?
No, not at all. No.
No, it was once upon a time it was, but now it no longer is. So what?
No, I don't think it's ever been beneficial.
No, it was beneficial, bro. We did use churches for things to help black theology.
But he's not talking about churches.
I'm just being honest with the question, though. I'm not
I get you, but what I'm saying is when he's saying indoctrinated, what I'm saying is you're trying to tell my black self that I came from a white woman and a white man that ate an apple from a snake. That's never been beneficial. Ever.
The Bible doesn't say that, to be honest. But
I'm just saying that's what he's saying. No, I'm not saying what the Bible is saying.
I'm
saying what he's saying. Yeah, he's saying like it doesn't make sense it's never been beneficial for a bunch of black people to look at a white Jesus and identify with Adam and Eve. Like this don't.
But
and then sinning and all of that.
It was beneficial though. Like I don't think we can dispute that, bro. Like it was beneficial.
So giving providing people with the wrong history is beneficial.
No. See, here's the thing that you have to understand. Even though you may provide people with the wrong history, they can also utilize that history to empower themselves. So even though it's wrong, they can use that to empower themselves. And this is exactly what black people did. So even though they gave us white Jesus, even though they gave us white Mary, we still use that to kill, cut up, and free ourselves from white folk. Nice try, wrong nigga.
Oh, you're talking about the slave revolts based on the Bibles and stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay,
it was misinformation, disinformation, but we used the shit too.
So let me ask you a question. If the only book they let us read as slaves was the Bible, and they used the Bible to justify slavery, and the papal bull is what put us into slavery, you gonna just skip all of that and just go to the slave revolts?
No. I'm never gonna say that it was a good thing, but what I'm
I'm saying,
you just said that.
You
No,
just
I did
did.
not.
No,
No,
you
hold on.
did
You
just
missing it.
say
You missing it.
that
Hold on.
holy
You
smoke.
missing the forest for the
Yeah, the
trees.
Pope wrote a papal bull to justify us going into slavery.
You
But
missing
you're
the forest
saying
for
that
the
it's
trees.
beneficial because we used it to get out.
No. What I'm saying is we used it to our advantage. I never said it was a good thing. I'm saying we used it to our advantage. That's what we did with it. We transformed it to our benefit. So if we want, so okay, so what if we never got the book? We wouldn't have ever saw these people who were called the Hebrews or the Israelites rise up. We never would have had that. But they didn't know that what they were giving us that it was actually a double-edged sword. They didn't know that.
Yes, they
But
did.
no, they didn't know what we would actually do with that shit. Because if they knew what we would do with it, they would have never gave it to us. They would have taught us to read. They would have taught us to write, but they didn't teach us that. If they knew what the power that book actually had, this is why they took things out of the book.
Dad, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but it's the thing that put
the
us
things that
into
were in the
slavery. I'm
book,
trying to figure out.
but the things that
So
were
you
in the
okay?
book.
Bible didn't put you in slavery. Like I don't know why. I would not put niggas in slavery.
No, the papal bull.
Product and goods did.
No.
He's talking about
hold
the
on.
justification
When
from
they
the Pope
wrote
to legalize slavery.
Yeah,
That's what he's talking about.
The Pope used the papal bulls to put us into slavery, essentially to make it okay,
legal,
essentially.
justification.
And then they
Who's
just
agreeing
went
with
on
that?
and did it.
Who's agreeing with that part?
Niggas
You're
was
moving the
enslaving niggas before
goalposts.
the Bible.
No, he's not. He's just giving you the information.
The Bible was
he's
more.
giving you
The
the
Bible was more
information
outlet
that
to
you need to
reconcile
understand how it became
in
legal for
Northern
you to do
America.
what they
So
did.
who agrees with those papal bulls putting black people to slavery? Who agrees with that?
Yeah, like fucking.
Evidently, our people don't know that
So
that's
hold on.
in
So
there.
if nobody
or still
agrees with
dealing
that,
information.
what I'm explaining to you is
nobody
that's
said
not even
anything.
what
They
I'm
didn't
talking
say,
about. That's why I say moving, brother.
You're saying
Y'all
nobody
not
agreed
listening
with
to
it.
each
Just
other.
nobody said anything. Yeah, nobody said anything. That doesn't mean nobody agrees with it. Just nobody said it.
No, I heard what you said, and what I'm saying is I'm not agreeing with the papal bulls. Nobody agrees with it. So why was it brought up?
So you don't think? Hold on, wait.
That's why we be going back. So hold up, Brass. That's why we go back even further. He don't even want to go back to that. He want to stay right here in America where he don't understand how it happened.
That's a different argument. We're talking about the genesis of African American people.
All right, so let me say
y'all
something.
Y'all gotta listen to each other, y'all.
So in the Dum Diversas, that's 1452. It authorized the King of Portugal to conquer non-Christian lands, including Africa, to reduce their inhabitants to perpetual servitude. It gave theological and moral justification for the enslavement of non-Christians and played a part in setting the stage for the transatlantic slave trade. So it had nothing to do with slavery.
Who said
That's
that?
what you're saying?
No, I'm not talking about that, bro.
The conversation was that African Americans took the Bible and used the shit to free themselves. That's what we had.
Thank you. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Something totally.
Thank you. That's it. All of this extra shit is meaningless words because that's not
it's
what we're
extra
even
if y'all
talking
don't
about.
know it. Y'all don't.
Everybody knows that.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Q. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Well, were the Africans free before they got the Bible, or did the Bible free them? Did the Bible free them?
Bro,
they've been enslaving niggas. They were enslaving niggas before the Bible.
No, what I'm saying is,
listen,
in the chronological order of African American enslavement, were we free before they gave us the Bible, or did we read the Bible and that was the reason why we got free? That because it kind of seemed like
that's a complex question because you would have to
the history.
Hold on, that's a complex question.
African slavery was
listen, that's a complex question because you would have to say which slaves are you talking about? Because we had our people who were enslaving, we had Africans that were already enslaving other Africans. So you can't just African American? No, African American didn't exist. So it's a terrible question. It's a non-starter. There were no African Americans. So no, African Americans weren't free because African Americans didn't exist.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to.
Listen. All I'm saying is, bro, niggas use the Bible.
I don't want to fight you.
Then we went to Adam and Eve. Now we back at the goddamn Dundee versus goddamn. This is crazy.
Yeah, niggas is
Thurgood
moving the
Listen,
goalposts to make a point,
goddamn
and I
19.
it
don't get it.
laid
Now we back.
those three documents laid the groundwork for the expansion of slavery. Creating slavery, no,
But
but
who
those
cares
three
though?
documents, I care.
But how does that relate to the question at hand?
Because you said I said that story that the Catholicism, the Christianity, not Catholicism, the Christianity that you're saying was beneficial because we used it to get out of slavery is the same Christianity that laid the groundwork for the initial spread and expansion of slavery. So it doesn't make sense.
The Pope
Okay,
used
okay,
the
this is
same.
wow.
I'm looking at two people that took the same text and did different things with it, but y'all only accept the one that the one did accept. Yeah, one. You got two individuals that took the text. One made it to do one thing with it. Another person took the text and made it to do something else.
No,
but we can only acknowledge what the other one did. Come on.
No, see. Here's the thing.
Well,
We're
we
starting.
use words like beneficial.
Hold on. See, here's our disconnect. I just found it. We're starting at different points. I'm starting at black people being enslaved. You're starting at the Pope starting slavery. So I'm not saying it was beneficial from the beginning. I'm saying it was beneficial once we got it and began to read it and we began to whoop them crackers' asses. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to start from the beginning, no, it wasn't beneficial because that's how we got in the situation. But once we were actually enslaved, we used it to free ourselves. So we're talking about two different starting points, and that's the disconnect.
Okay. I can agree to that. I can agree to that.
James, they let you off the hook.
Listen. He went to Adam and Eve. He let himself.
He said they let me off the hook.
Yeah,
once he went to Adam and Eve, I didn't even want to participate because those people.
Yeah, I know, because we don't want to deal with the reality of what our people are indoctrinated with in this country.
Is the same
but
thing.
What does that have to do with Thurgood Marshall, though, James?
Right, it's the same thing that happened.
You could ask Logic about that, but I'm
trying to. I hit him.
Like I said, it started off with me asking Logic a question about who does he look for African American historians that he can point to get that gives us the corrective history from the Abrahamic misinformation that was provided to us by our enslavers. What African scholars do we use to say that they gave us the best model to do the corrective history? And what history did they provide for us? That is what most smart groups do. They have historians, and then they listen to what the historians say, and then they go fact check it.
So what
make sure if it's correct or not.
So what historian should we be listening to that gave us the correct history about who we was? Name that historian.
Okay. So what I'm asking you
is,
could you name? This is what I'm asking. This is a challenge to everybody. Mm-hmm. Can y'all name somebody? I don't want to name anybody, but what I want to say is, the type. I'm assuming that we're all African Americans here, right?
Yes.
Out of all of the people that's of African descent that went and looked through all of the texts that the Europeans had, or whoever, the Arabs or the French or whoever had in regarding to history, somebody went and looked over this history and they came back and told us what they thought about it and where we need to go with our history. That's the way it works. Europeans have historians, Chinese people have historians, African people have historians.
So what's your question?
Who are the people that we identify that gave us the most corrective history after being indoctrinated with the Abrahamic misinformation that people enslaved us? Who is
now watch this. There's actually a duality to the answer.
It's not just, it could be more than one person. But
but check it though.
That point,
but check it though. See, one reason why.
Now, this ain't my show, but y'all can go one at a time.
What's the exact question?
Who is the African American historian that we can look to that gave us the best model for a corrective history after the misinformation provided to us by our enslavers and colonizers? Which African American gave us the best model that we can use? That's what we look at.
Now there's a duality.
You could be coming forward.
There's a duality to the answer, and it may sound a bit complicated, but it's not something that you can just rattle off and say one person. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at a person like Thurgood Marshall, he wasn't a slave, so he had to look back to his grandmother or grandfather who were slaves. So he looked back at the people who were slaves as well as everybody during his era. You can even add people like Dubois who would look back at those people. You see what I'm saying? So there, it's not just an answer to where you can say, "Oh, it's just one person that did this." No, 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 no. It's a conglomerate. It's a conglomerate of people that had those stories to tell, and a lot of those stories you can find in the archives from the government that shows the things that African Americans actually went through. So you wouldn't be able to pinpoint it and say that there was a
I don't think
specific.
it's. I don't think he don't say that have to be one.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? You know what's funny? I don't know if James, you're doing this
I
on
would be
purpose.
like, definitely be Dubois.
I don't know if you're doing this on purpose. Guess what ChatGPT says?
Harrison, someone.
It's supposed to guess what ChatGPT says, because I thought that was an interesting question. Now I said Carter G. Woodson, but I'm trying to figure out
Carter G. Woodson was good.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why James is doing this. I'll probably say Woodson, Du Bois, but he's saying this. So are you trying to say
because when he said
John Henry Clark?
Hold on, let Brad get it out.
Hold on,
once he says something like the 7 million African Americans, you've already come forward. You're already in like the 40s and 50s now.
So he's talking about John Henry. You know, he's talking about John Henry Clark.
No, he's talking before that.
I have not mentioned. Hold up, I have not mentioned any name. I'm asking y'all. Hold up, the question was to you guys. I already have an answer.
Yeah, Carter G. Woodson, Dubois.
It's Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson is the father of Black history. It's Carter G. Woodson. If you don't want to go Woodson, I would say Du Bois.
For him though, you got to get with Dubois.
Yeah, but the miseducation of the Negro. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but that was his book. You can go back to Frederick Douglass, like who was.
I mean, you can, but I'm saying he said one person.
All of those people are valid people.
I don't think he said to be one person.
But what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that it is a school of thought that goes back to these people that you guys are mentioning. But they all come to a conclusion at the end of the day. You don't think that Dr. Clark never...
Hold on.
Y'all don't think that Dr. Clark is in agreement with...
What's the conclusion?
What was that conclusion?
The conclusion is that we should start our history with the oldest writing and the oldest civilization that we have, and then move forward with understanding.
No one ever made that conclusion.
Okay, well then why do other civilizations say, okay, we start our
you just said Carter G. Woodson and Du Bois and them came to that conclusion that you just said. Now you got to show me they came to that conclusion.
Go back and look at what they
never mentioned Egypt. Listen, and see, this is what I said. They always went. Hold on, listen. When you look at Carter G. Woodson, you look at Du Bois, you look at Frederick Douglass. They always went to before them, which was the slaves that were enslaved. They never went to Egypt. They never even went to West Africa. So when you say where did they go back to, they went to the neogenesis of where the African Americans started, which was in slavery. They never went back to Egypt.
So they never talked about where
they
came
your
from.
ass, James.
Hold up. So he's telling us that these people are historians, but they never took us back.
James,
show me one. Show me one.
I don't know what type of historian don't take you back to where you come from.
Show me.
Carter G. Woodson.
Anything about
Carter G. Woodson is that type of historian.
Yeah, miseducation.
Carter G. Woodson never went back to Egypt. Carter G. Woodson talked about
African American history.
What would he be talking about that they miseducated or something?
On our history.
He's the father of Black history, James. That's his nickname. Like
he
like Allen Iverson is the answer.
So
his nickname.
Let's ask. Where does hold on? Just don't even worry.
Show me Carter G. Woodson going back to Egypt. That's all you got to do.
Hold on, y'all. Listen. James, it was your litmus. You put that out there. And then when they named two prominent African American historians, right? You said they agree with your premise. You said they said what you're saying, and they don't. So you're going to have to admit right now that you're wrong.
It's a very easy thing to do, my brother.
So you mean to tell me that I'm wrong, but we have a whole group of people that America to Africa that had the same sentiments about what I'm saying.
Can you show me Carter G. Woodson?
Right.
Dubois
Stay right there, Q.
talking about Egypt. Show me Dubois talking about Egypt. Show me Frederick Douglass. Hold on. Show me Frederick Douglass in all of their writings, all of their essays talking about Egypt.
Said we need to start with Egypt.
It doesn't go there. They all go back to slavery because that's our neogenesis. That's where we started, bro. You can't show me anything that they ever.
That's about we need to start with Norman. We need to start with Norman.
Man,
what up, DQ? I ain't know you was in here. What's going on, DQ?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So hold on. This is what it said about Frederick Douglass on Egypt. It says visiting Egypt in 1887. Hold on. It said visiting Egypt in 1887. Douglass wrote, "I do not know what of what color and feature the ancient Egyptians were.
Game over.
But the great mass of the people I have seen it would in America be classified as mulatto or Negro.
You just
this would not be a scientific description, but the American description. So what he's saying is when he went to Egypt, he said these people would either be mulatto or Negro.
Did he start off with saying he don't know? Did he start off with saying that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but he said what he's seen. He said he's talking about
that was the current Egypt he was in.
You can't have a conversation with people that don't listen.
He
said he don't know what ancient Egypt. He said he don't know what ancient Egyptian look like.
And that's where you want to start us at in ancient Egypt. What the fuck is
but
wrong
he
with
says,
you,
but see, hold on. You talking about an 1887. Hold on, you talking about an 1887.
And he's saying he doesn't know in 1887. So why are you saying something more than what he's saying?
Because we got people in 1950, 60 that have come with a better conclusion.
But that wasn't his
and
time.
More scope. But yeah, so hold up. You're gonna say
there is no more hold up.
You're gonna go back to somebody that didn't have the information that just came into history when we just
so why are you trying to use him as a source when he's saying he don't know?
About why I don't even like having conversations like this. Because you went back to 1887 when we probably just got books and then talk about what knowledge we had about our history.
Bro, you just read what he
said.
That
is something that I don't even think that a smart person would even do.
Bro, to be fair, you literally just read that he said he doesn't know. Everything
he's talking about he don't know what the ethnicity of the people are.
Oh, and that's what, bro.
In 1887.
What more is there to say?
But you said that he didn't even mention Egypt.
No,
bro, he said he didn't know the ethnicity.
No,
stop,
we're not even talking about the ethnicity of them. You said that they didn't know nothing. He never mentioned.
Not about. He wasn't speaking of them about our history. Right. You said that they said that we need to go back.
See, none of y'all ain't read what the man said.
He said he doesn't know, bro.
Listen,
I'm talking about when I'm talking about the visit that he had.
Listen, y'all, calm down. You just said that they all said that we got to go back to Egypt for our history. I'm telling you right now that Frederick Douglass never said such a thing. I'm telling you right now that W.E.B. Du Bois never said such a thing. I'm telling you right now, Carter G. Woodson never said such a thing. So him saying he don't know the ethnicity of the ancient Egyptians or whatever, that's not him saying that we need to go back to ancient Egypt as the genesis of our history. He didn't say that, James. Now, he can mention Egypt, he can go to Egypt. But what he didn't say is that we need African Americans or the Negro need to go back to Egypt for the genesis of their history. He didn't say that. None of them.
That's not
W.E.B. Du Bois.
That's not 100%.
W.E.B. Du Bois, many views on Egypt, including the African center view of the ancient Egyptians. It says W.E.B. Du Bois viewed the ancient Egyptians and was centered on Africa, which was different from the views of the Egyptology of his time. He believed that the ancient Egyptians connected people of the African and Asian, and the Egyptians was a connection zone between
none of
the
that
two
says
areas.
us. None of it says us. None of
But
it
what I'm
says
saying
we
is
should go
y'all
back.
said that they didn't know nothing about Egypt.
We didn't
No,
say
we
that.
didn't say that.
Egypt.
No,
That's what
nobody
y'all said.
said that.
They never mentioned Egypt. They didn't know
They
nothing
never
about it.
mentioned us going back.
But that ain't what
mentioned
we
that.
never said. We're not talking about going back. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
bro. You said our Genesis. We should go all the way back to where it starts.
No,
And you
what I said from a
hold on, bro. Hold on. Now you
chronological
lying. Hold on,
worldview,
brother. Hold on,
we
brother.
use
Brother.
Egypt
Now
as
you
the
lying.
starting point for African history.
So why would we start there if we ain't from there? And they never said we was from there.
Okay, well, why we starting our history with
Hold on, no, it's
Adam
not.
and Eve and
No,
we
no,
ain't from there?
no. You don't get the gloss. You don't get the gloss over that. They never said. Did they say we was from there?
Why we starting our history with Adam and Eve if we ain't
Hold
from
on.
there?
After all
What
you
that got
just
to do with
read,
it?
did they say we was from there?
Maybe at that time, they may not have had that information in the 1800s.
Listen, at that time,
like, what's wrong with you?
At that
What's
time,
wrong
with what
This
they
man
wrote,
went back
did
to the
they say we was from
1800s.
there?
You
And
went
right
back
out of
to the
slavery.
1800s.
No, I didn't. What
You
I
just
said,
gave us a
what I
quote
said
from
no,
1887. You
no,
went back
I
to the
did that.
1800s.
Hold up, I did that to show y'all that they knew about Egypt because y'all said they never spoke about it.
We did
No,
not.
they never spoke
That
about
is
it in the
hold
sense
up.
of
When
we
you
was
can
from
go
there.
back and rewind what y'all said. Y'all said that these people never spoke about Egypt.
In the sense
That's what
that we
y'all
was
said.
from there.
So I went and pulled up
fuss
the
with 'em,
boys'
Q.
quotes about
Don't
Egypt
fuss with 'em,
as
Q.
well as Douglas. That's what I did.
Let me say something. Frederick Douglass did speak about Egypt. He just didn't speak about Egypt. The boys spoke about Egypt too. He actually wrote a book discussing it. But when they were talking about Egypt, they were talking about Africa. They were looking at the achievements that we made as an example. They was never trying to start everything from there, not like you're saying. So yes, they did. So they did discuss it. Don't get me wrong, because that's too broad to say that they didn't discuss it because he went to Egypt.
Well, that's
I get
what
that.
y'all said.
Nobody
that's not
said
what I
that.
said.
Hold up, though. So I didn't already
No.
got past all that because they did discuss it. So let's go back to what I was talking about.
Yeah, we doing something.
What African historians do we adhere to that gave us the best history or best model of history that we can use to discard the lies of the Abrahamic tradition that 75 to 76% of our people are indoctrinated with in 2024? Go.
Carter G. Woodson and W.B. Du Bois. It's not a difficult answer. We done answered it 5 times. It's like you're looking for us to say something. That's why I think you're trying to go to John Henry
So I
Clark.
see why we in the condition we in today.
So you give us your answer then, bro.
Y'all can't even be honest.
Go ahead. So what is your
what is your answer?
What our people have discovered about
Okay, so
our
go
history.
back. No,
y'all
go
just
back.
y'all just stop in the 1800s and then y'all talking about
So
y'all want to
what-
know. So y'all don't even know American history.
What is
y'all
your
said
answer
y'all,
to the
y'all
question?
more
stop there.
interested in
We
American
start
history.
there.
What
But
is
y'all don't
your
even acknowledge
answer to the
the American
question?
historians that went back and found your history. That's
Hold on, we
kind of
don't.
wild
Hold
to
on,
me.
listen.
You
we
may
don't
answer
stop
the
there.
question. Hold
We
on,
start
Q.
there.
Hold on, Q. Answer the question. You answer the question, James. You
No,
said one historian.
No. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that y'all said that y'all are more interested in African
You just said that.
American
You just said that.
I'm
again.
more
Yeah,
interested
y'all
in
don't-
African American
Y'all don't
history.
even know
Yes.
the African American historians that went back and retrieved the best model for African Americans.
Can we hear your answer? Can we hear your
That's
answer?
crazy.
Who is it? Can
I'm
we
not
hear your
doing that
answer?
because y'all already know.
So you're
I'm not
asking
doing.
us
I'm not.
questions that you want
See
to
what
know.
I'm saying? I don't like the fact that we grown.
All right, he don't want to answer.
Y'all
so let
on
me
Yeah,
just
here
okay,
say,
yeah.
because
You
y'all
don't
on
even
here
understand
Hostile
how
playing.
you
escape.
sound right
Y'all
now.
are
This is a
on
hostile
here
escape.
playing.
Yeah,
And
this
it's a
don't
damn
even-
shame.
Well,
This
let
ain't
me
gonna
just say
go
this.
over the way you. This ain't going over the way you think it's going
No,
over, bro. You
it's
sound
You
going
thought
crazy.
it
over
was gonna be
exactly
something
because
different.
it's showing me that y'all are on here playing.
Okay, all right. Let me say this, and you know it's cool, brother. You don't want to get it, and that's fine.
Yeah, this is.
So we don't
I don't know.
stop our history in the 1800s, the 1700s. We start our history there because as African Americans, that's our genesis, bro. And it's unfortunate that you feel that you have to go back 7,000-8,000 years to find who you are.
And what about what happened in the 1960s? What about happened in 2024?
What the
What about
fuck?
all that history? You gonna leave that out too?
All right, hold on. Let me say something. Let me say
If
something
I
real quick. 'cause
started in the
chat- hold on.
1700s, doesn't that encompass
No,
1992?
because the chat. No. Because
No, because you said you want to go back.
Hold on,
You want to
James.
start from right now and go all the way back.
No. Listen.
you gotta
I
leave
did
that
not
date.
say
Like, why
that.
would you leave out the 1900s?
can't.
What we
You
found
gotta
out
leave
in the
that date.
1900s. So you leaving out what we found
All right,
out
y'all,
in the
chill out,
1900s.
chill out,
You
chill
just
out,
what
y'all.
happened from the 1800s on
Let me
back.
say
is what
something
you're
real
saying.
quick.
Okay,
Let me
I
say
got
something real quick.
That's
So
right.
I think the way this is being taken from our side, as far as from the chat and from y'all, is that we think somehow our history starts in slavery. we know that our history does not just start as slavery, bro. So I don't know if that's where you're going, because you asking
I
these
didn't say that.
questions.
You reading the chat. That's not what I
No,
said.
no. I'm just trying to figure out. You asked us a question. I'm supremely curious to know, since we are so lost, right? Educators, there might be something we don't know. Who is that historian that you're talking about?
This is what you do. Y'all love ChatGPT. Go look up the most famous African American scholars, historian. It should give you some type of reference of several people that you might need to go look into, because evidently y'all don't know.
No, I said I'm not
here.
Clark.
I'm not here
to
act like I'm I'm not here to play and act like y'all ain't been around for the last 3 or 4 years and heard what names we talking about.
I haven't. So
you ain't never heard of no type of African historian that I've ever said, or Brother Reggie ever said. You ain't young girls talking about this. You just popped up.
Yes, actually, you don't know me, bro. That's what I was trying to tell you before. I just started
watching. You've been around about a year, bro.
In December.
Almost a year. That's what I'm saying. This almost.
Yeah, right. So no, but listen to what I'm saying. When I put it in ChatGPT,
let's make it simple. I asked ChatGPT.
I did. I did. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all this whole time.
Listen, who was the most famous African American historians? You got Carter G. Woodson. You got John Hope Franklin. You got W.E.B. Du Bois. You got Henry Louis Gates Jr. Annette Gordon Reed. Ibram X. Kendi. Eric Fong. That's what ChatGPT is putting out.
Game over.
But hold on. Before y'all do that, because it's a trap. It does mention John Henry Clark, and it does mention Dr. Ben. It does. I'm just listening. But it's because you named all of them and not them. So I'm not going to do that.
It's like people playing games.
I'm not going to do that. Like
that's what I'm trying to get to, Brad. Like when y'all
it's not about
of African American
Hold on.
history.
It's the point of your conversation to
y'all
get
know what the hell is going on.
I got no issue. Is that what you want to get John?
So let me ask y'all this. So y'all think Dr. Clark? So basically,
I hear you saying that, but I need to hear him say that.
Hold on. So basically, y'all saying that Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, Sheikh Anta Diop, Theophilo Obenga.
None of them are African American historians.
Yeah.
They're not historians?
They're not
African American
historians.
They are, but they are
historians. Hold up. They're not African American.
Not African American, bro.
Where they from?
You just named a bunch of Africans,
you know what an African American is, bro. Come on.
Well, okay. Now you got some other
Sheikh
people.
Anta Diop is not an African.
He's not from Africa.
Neither is
but the world.
Neither is Theophile Obenga.
Hold on.
They don't speak about African American history.
Hold up. When Diop do his history, he don't talk about the slavery that went on.
Is not an
They're not
African
Americans.
But they still have but
it doesn't matter.
Africans is not exclusive to African Americans. What the hell is wrong?
We talking about African American history, bro.
So you saying
they not?
So you say, hold up, y'all
why
saying
you asking me a question?
That's crazy.
Why you asking me a question? This is clear, James. You said Theophile Obenga. Theophile Obenga is a damn linguist, and he's African. Sheikh Anta Diop is an African, and he teaches about ancient Egypt, right?
He's a physicist and anthropologist,
right? And who else?
John Henry Clark.
John Henry Clark.
Nah. Dr. Ben is not African.
And Dr. Ben is a Hebrew Israelite from Ethiopia. And
Chancellor Williams,
but Dr. John Henry Clark was born in Alabama. He is African.
He is African American, but he didn't mainly teach on African American history. So I mean, he taught world history. So the ones
he was an African American historian, scholar, and activist who played a pivotal role in promoting.
We really were just refuting just Theophile Obenga and Sheikh Anta Diop with Dr. Ben. We wasn't saying.
So how does the information of Theophile Obenga and Sheikh Anta Diop get to America?
Oh
What?
my
Some
God.
planes like everybody
James,
else.
are they
You asked
James,
these are
Dr.
Steel
wild.
John
Follow
Henry
banging
Clark
African
brought that
American?
information. He brought that
The Steel
information
Follow
and had
banging
it
African American.
translated to the Americas because it was so important for us to know.
And a
See,
lot
y'all
of
don't
that
even
shit
know
was
what
wrong.
y'all talk. Y'all don't even know what
James,
y'all
you
talking
sound
about.
crazy, bro. You're not
he
even
So
been-
go
having.
look up.
You're not even having a conversation with us, James. You're not.
I know because y'all don't understand how history works and the chronology.
You
of it.
don't understand how
understand
discourse
that
works. You just
So
asking
hold
us
on.
questions with those
So
sense of like no
so
discourse,
hold
no
on.
back and forth.
So
You
hold on.
just
Let's
it's an
just
interrogation, damn near.
so hold on. Let's just lend
Because
credence.
it's
Hold on. Let's
kind of
lend credence
go
to
ahead.
your argument. Hold on. Let's lend credence to your argument, and let's just say African Americans started off in Egypt. Now what?
What you mean?
Stop.
African Americans don't start off in Egypt. All of African history starts off with the
Okay,
history
now
of Egypt.
okay,
We're
now
not
what?
talking about prehistory. Prehistory
Okay,
would be
now
before
what?
things
it
were documented
don't.
and written.
Hold
Yes,
on.
it does.
Hold on,
No,
but now
it
what
do
though?
not.
Hold on, but
So
hold on.
where does
But hold on,
history?
but
Where
hold on.
does history
Let's get
start
to the
at?
crux.
Does history start
But hold
before
on.
writing? Chef?
No, it's a trap. Don't answer that. That's a trap. So let's just say you're correct that everybody started off in
history
Egypt.
starts before
So
writing.
what?
The fuck?
Mm.
So let's say
Yes, history starts before writing, bro.
That's called from a scholarly perspective, you call that prehistory.
okay, but so what though? Like what happens next after you've made your point and we've
James
agreed
is
with
all
it?
over
Now
it,
what?
too.
Yeah, you got a mean
Well,
fighting style.
Well,
G.
what you do is when
That's
you're looking for history, you start off with writing.
Okay,
No.
now what?
That's
now
your
what does that
litmus.
mean?
No, well, that
You
was the
just
litmus.
made that
That
up.
was the litmus provided for the people that indoctrinated. It's not actually my litmus.
Okay, but now what? After we've agreed with that, now you said what you said and we agree with it. Now what? Like
Well,
that,
in a perfect world, the now what would be all of the 75 to 78% of our people that's indoctrinated with Christianity would leave that particular history, wrong history, indoctrination alone, and then we can start to think about something that we could do that from an African perspective that could give us some type of unity and cultural continuity that we can use
great.
for us only, and try just like they do for themselves.
Okay, wonderful. But let's just say that 78% that you talk about, let's say that they don't relinquish those religions. Now what?
We are going to be in the same position that we're in today.
Okay, so that's really it. So you really have nothing more than.
Well, based on what the people that's more educated than most people on the panel, they said that we needed to get ourselves re-educated from an African Orient type of perspective with our own history. I can pull up the document right now, which most of you probably have never seen.
Yeah, but if you can't answer the now what with something that's meaningful, then
I just told you now what when you
No. I didn't say you didn't answer the question, but what I said was it wasn't meaningful. So you're spinning your wheels.
Well, so you're saying that what Dr. Clark and Malcolm X wrote down wasn't meaningful. That's what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying, I'm agreeing with that. It wasn't meaningful, and if it was meaningful, then it would have changed.
Well, it showed is crazy.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Later, after they figured out what they were trying to do.
Let me finish.
Crazy.
If it was meaningful enough, niggas would have changed their mind, and they didn't. So I have to ask
the question. What do you mean
change
their mind? What do you mean by that?
If they wrote something impactful that we should be doing something other than what we are doing now, and niggas didn't change their mind, we're stuck with what we're stuck with, and we now have to find another device or a vice that can change their minds. We can no longer use what they wrote, what they did, what they said because it didn't fucking work. So we have to use.
Well, why didn't it work, Q? Do you know that they killed the man? They killed the man about 6 months later. You know that?
Okay, listen, bro.
Who killed him?
I'm with you on that. See, the problem is what you don't understand is that I'm actually with you at this part of the argument. I'm actually with you. It didn't change their mind. So it
didn't change whose mind? They killed the leader
the Negro. Right. Listen, bro. I'm with
that's
you.
Crazy.
Bro, I'm with you.
They don't kill people for nothing.
I didn't say that, bro. Listen, let me walk with you, bro. What I'm telling you is they blew fucking Martin Luther King's half of his fucking face off. That didn't change the Negro in America. The stupid Negro in America is still voting for Kamala Harris. They shot Malcolm X in the goddamn chest, killed that nigga. It didn't change the mind of the Negro in America. So I say to you, what else can we use to change the mind of the Negro, to wake them up, to make them understand that there's more than what we are receiving now? So there has to be something else. So when I say, and what, so what, you have to replace that with something. Because
Well,
apparently,
this is
hold
what
on, let me
this
say
is
this
what.
last thing, and
Wait.
I'll pass it back to you. Apparently, with these particular brothers who were exceptionally great at what they did, they passed away and their lives were snuffed out. It didn't change the mind of the Negro. So what do you propose that Negroes do? So you can sit here and bloviate and grandstand all you want, but if you don't give us something that can change the mind of the Negro, then it means nothing.
Now, I don't understand
I
what
don't
all
see
it
how
is
you
you
don't
just
understand that.
said. You just said a whole bunch of nothing because I just told you, and I don't understand what's wrong with you, the comprehension of what you dealing with, Q. But I already told you what the problem was. You asked me, well, if they don't change, then what's going to happen? I said we're going to stay in the same position that we are in today. So
And
until
what?
our people change the mindset and gain some type of cultural
And how do
continuity,
we
that,
do that, bro? That's the question.
well, so have you ever seen the plan that was written down that I'm talking about? Let me ask you that.
Well, you have to tell me the plan that you're talking about
So
in order for me to know it exists.
have you ever seen the 5-point plan of the OAAU? Have you ever seen it?
No, you have to educate me, brother.
Okay. So before
That was Malcolm
before
X's
before Malcolm X,
organization, right?
yes. So before Malcolm X died, him and a couple of other prominent African Americans that was not comedians, not entertainers, somebody that was really politically aware, historically aware, were thinking of ways to try to get us out of the situation that we were in the 60s and prior to that. So this is all history. This is American history we're talking about. This is something y'all love. Y'all should love.
And let me say this before you say this, bro. This is the meat of the shit, bro. This is what we should be talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah,
bro.
so what they did is they formulated the OAAU after Malcolm left the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam was a religious group that was indoctrinated thinking that we were Muslims. When Dr. Clark gave Malcolm certain information, he started to see some of the flaws off in the Nation of Islam's information. Even though he did switch to Sunni, we have to give the brother credit because at this time he's 39 years old. So no telling what he would have evolved to had he been able to live longer. But either which way, that's neither here nor there. But either which way it goes. So they formulate this OAAU. J. Edgar Hoover, when this is formulated and they get the memo that this is going on, J. Edgar Hoover said this is the greatest threat to the United States of America at the time. 6 months later, this brother's dead. But before they died, they wrote down a 5-point plan for what they wanted to do. We can look over that plan and ask people on this panel, what have we done on this plan
hold on,
now?
let's get to the plan. Like, tell us the plan. Like,
okay, hold on.
I said I was ignorant. I said I was ignorant to the plan.
Let me just show you what the plan kind of was. It's kind of a simplified plan, but it's up for modification, based on the modern times that we're dealing with, and it should be a fluid situation. But what I'm saying is we already had an agenda while we fighting over here for what the Kamala Harris or the situation. Neither one of these particular people or individuals or parties have anything on the plate for us. So how do you vote for something that doesn't have any type of interest?
Brother, can we get to the plan?
Okay, but hold on. You gotta wait because I'm letting it load up, but I'm talking at the same time until it loads.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to hear. I really.
Yeah, I know.
And
that's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear about the history that you said about the African American history.
I don't want to hear it because you ran all around the mulberry bush, right?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, you ran all around the mulberry bush. Just like when I came on your panel, I never was able to get what the fuck I was saying out. You do this shit on purpose, damn near. and I let you talk. I answer your questions directly. I don't come and ask you a question after you ask me a question, right? I listen to you so patiently and hear you completely, and you won't give another brother the same respect. You just can't do it.
Hold on. You saying I'm being disrespectful?
No, you won't even let a person get it out. And then once they ask you a question, you won't answer it. You will ask.
Q just asked me to pull this up. I told him I was just wasting time until it popped up because, you know, sometimes your screen take a little while. So bam, here it is. What's the problem?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's
so
fair.
Here it is, right? That's what was going on, Q. That's what I was trying. I was just filling out time because it was buffering. But here it is.
Yeah, I think
the
it's
Organization
fair.
of
That wasn't
African-American
fair,
Unity.
man. We didn't even start here.
All right, well, let me just stop sharing. But look that up, Q.
No,
that's all you got to do. Look that up, Q.
We shouldn't
you
even
can do this
be
on your
here.
own time. Anybody
If he would have answered,
let him run his show.
If he would have answered the questions in the beginning, we wouldn't even would have ended up here.
I agree with that too, though. You did move the goalposts, bro, and that's how we ended up.
What I did was I told y'all. I asked y'all what African American stories do y'all adhere to that gave us the proper history. Y'all became dumbfounded.
No, we told you, bro. And those people look back towards slaves. They never look back towards Egypt. We made that extremely clear to you. And for some reason, you begin to then go into John Henry Clark and all of these other people and stuff like
Houston. I mean, it's a whole conglomerate.
Right, and like that's what you begin to do, which is unfortunate because you could have just said, you know what, you guys are right on that. Because when we look at our African American scholars, they look back towards slaves. Because that's where they came from. You could have like just admitted that, and then went on.
No, we don't.
But we do though.
But you know what? At the time,
and you're doing it again now.
I can pull up a quote from Dr. Clark when he was looking for his history. He asked this lawyer he was working for. He asked him because we didn't know our history at that time. So y'all was born in 2000 or something. So I got to excuse myself. But either which
I was
way
born in '85, bro.
See what I'm saying? The '85. He think that was a long time ago. See what I'm saying?
That was a long time ago, nigga.
That '85. I was born in '69. So cut it out.
Well,
so now, like I was saying, at the time when Dr. Clark was coming along, we was in search of his history, just like most of us that's coming from an indoctrinated state. He asked the lawyer. He said, "Could you give me some
69?"
Yeah, he asked him, he said, "Could you give me some type of history on my people?" Because he didn't know his history. He was coming from Alabama. And so coming from slave cropping and all of that. Y'all think that's funny. But
I was laughing because you said 69. I'm trying to place how old you are. How old are you?
I'm 55.
Damn.
He said,
okay.
Damn.
Nah, hey, listen, hold on. We not gonna age change. Hey, listen,
hold on. Let's stop right there,
bro.
He said, "Damn,
we can't age change niggas because I
You want to
Don't you wish you hope to live to be 55?
No, my grandfather.
Don't you know you can drop dead of a heart attack tomorrow?
Because I respect my older people. My grandfather say that you hope you live this long.
He act like cool. That's a long time.
But listen, no, it is. But what I'm saying is 60. When you say 1969, I realize now the original point that you made as to why. Because he said 85, I'm 86. So I understand what you mean.
My son was born in 88.
Okay, great. So what I'm saying is I get the disconnect because in 69 you would identify with them old ass niggas. I get it.
He said, I would have dentist, and then he called them old ass niggas.
You would. I mean, you was born before.
So you are disrespectful to the wisdom that came before you, huh?
But hold on. Pan-African James, how is he?
So you are disrespectful to wisdom. You don't respect
Pan-African
wisdom.
James.
Hold on. Let me talk to Brash.
Let him talk.
But
let
you
him
just
talk.
said so.
That's wild. So you don't
get
respect
him, James.
Wisdom, huh?
Wait, you was born in the 60s too, Chef? Don't do it.
This is another staple problem in our community. Y'all don't respect people that's older than y'all. Y'all think that somebody that's older than y'all doesn't have value.
But
But we can
James,
tell
listen to what
y'all some
Bro,
of the mistakes
you
that
are
we
listen,
already
I
have.
know y'all used to do y'all resumes on word processors and shit. On your word processor.
See, that's why we ain't gonna get
or no, your typewriter.
everything is a joke in the game.
It literally said professional goalpost mover. You will move the goalposts. I'm nobody.
Y'all kids,
said
man.
nothing
Y'all,
like that.
see
I
what's
literally
going on.
named.
See how we can shame people. Y'all
I
kids.
literally named Carter G. Woodson and Du Bois, but I don't.
I see
respect
what's
them
going
kids.
on. I'm talking to some kids.
But
There
James,
you go. Yeah.
See, y'all see how we can shame
Your
people?
your
I can just start calling y'all
is
kids
nasty
to me.
work.
See how
Your
that works?
fighting style is nasty work.
oh, hey,
Yeah,
James,
because
Man.
now I'm finna start calling y'all kids, and I
Hey,
see why
James.
y'all
But
don't know.
you've been calling us names the whole time. We
No,
just
I
don't
haven't.
participate.
No, I
Yes, you
haven't.
have.
I
Hey, but
started
James,
We
doing
young,
that
bro. You done called
when
us
I
dumb
started to
15
do. I
times. You
did
done
that
called us
when you
idiotic
started. Like when
15
you
times, bro.
displayed that you have no respect for wisdom. You did that, Brad.
You know, it's somebody a chef.
And see
This
what?
sounds,
And one
this
thing about when
fighting
y'all,
style
and
sounds
this is
so
what's
familiar.
wild. I
This
understand it
fighting
now.
style sounds
Y'all
so.
mad
Do this
because
fighting
I
style
have
sound
wisdom
familiar, chef?
that y'all have yet to gain.
You say
That's
one
what's wrong
thing,
with y'all.
and then now you just hate everybody.
No,
Like
but
you
I
don't
just
like you don't
understand
like
how
one
it works.
person.
See,
and now
when you give
hate
me your
everybody.
age, I can treat you appropriately. Now I
No, you
understand
just
why.
treat. What you mean?
Yeah. Now I understand why y'all do what y'all do.
James.
Based on the age that y'all just displayed.
Oh yeah, you
y'all
bugging
are over
the fuck
here
out.
playing.
Yeah, you bugging.
James.
See now y'all mad.
Yeah,
No,
Y'all
nobody's
hold-
mad. You just bugging
that's
out right
exactly what's going on.
You-
Y'all gonna
you-
find
you-
out in a minute. Y'all
But hold
ain't got
on.
time to be
Hey,
playing.
but hold on. But James, if we're gonna be honest, I told you. But James, if we're gonna be honest, I told you I was born in 1985, and you shunned me when I said.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No,
Bro.
I didn't.
You shunned me when I said
You
that.
No, I
just
didn't.
told us.
So
You just said
hold
you
on, hold
talking
on.
to a
So
bunch
now,
of kids.
so now that he's
So, yo,
ragging,
he said I shamed him. No, I didn't.
no,
This
but
man,
you did,
Brass,
though.
is the first person that insulted anybody about age.
No,
I
didn't
didn't
say
hear
you
okay.
insulted me.
nothing near nor nothing
Hey, listen, hey chef, can
here
I just
nor
say
there
one
when
thing
you
real
told
quick?
me you was.
Hold
I
on,
didn't even
James.
mention
Hey,
that
James,
my
stand down
son.
for
I
one
didn't
second.
mention
Let me
my
just say one
son
thing.
until Brass got into the
Hey,
situation.
chef, can I just say
my
one thing, bro?
son is
Hold on.
born in '88. I didn't
Look,
even pay attention to you.
Listen,
Go ahead.
at your age, James. All right, show some to be dignified for once. Just give me 1 second, bro. You've been actually throwing ad homs at us for the last 45 minutes, bro.
Right.
Nobody actually responded to nothing that you were saying because it was going to be like because it was going to be like a hostile escape or something like that. I know your fighting style, bro. It's very familiar.
Fighting style.
Yeah. Your fighting style. How you talk, how you do discourse. It's the same. It ain't really that much more. It ain't that deep. But let's pause. But listen to what I'm gonna say to you, bro. If you took that you was born in 1969 as disrespect, I apologize.
No, you don't gotta apologize.
No, I don't. I know.
Don't do that.
Tell me what you don't got to tell me what I got to do. I'm saying what I do because I would hate for it to be misconstrued. Because I got brothers that was born in '69 and earlier than that. So I apologize if you took that personally. My main point was because you was born in 1969, it's damn near 20-year age difference between us. I could see how you would be saying some of the stuff that you're saying, but then you'll double down and call us kids and say it ain't an ad hom. You'll call us dumb and say it ain't an ad hom.
See how that works. That's crazy.
But show your
now you say
age,
now
bro.
I'm calling y'all kids. That's crazy.
No. Listen, what I'm saying. You've been saying like little stuff and nobody responded. So when somebody jab at you, don't turn it like we just all of a sudden trying to kill you. So, but I get your point though. I do get your point that maybe that's why we see it a little different because you was born right after the civil rights movement.
That's fair that we see things different because he's borderline a boomer, and we're millennials, and it's fair, bro, because we do look at things differently.
That. I can completely understand that.
I used to look at shit just like
let me
James.
say that y'all are further away from the nucleus of the problem than I am. Y'all have been born into integration and all of the farces that y'all think that, but see, y'all were born when crack came out. Y'all don't even know the world before crack.
And
Y'all
neither
think
do
that's
you,
how?
because you was born in '69, nigga. That's your era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
So
'69, it wasn't no crack. Y'all don't know how beautiful
No.
our community
No.
y'all
was.
used to
Y'all don't
You
even
run
know
grew up.
what
around
that's
5 days
like.
a week.
Nah,
See, you know
you
what I'm
grew
saying?
up.
Y'all don't even know what that's like. The beauty
Nah,
of
you
the
nigga, we the
African
baby.
unity.
No. You
This
missing it,
nigga
bro.
just see how
We
you
the
just call them
babies.
See
crack
now,
babies
y'all.
on the low.
You
See
missing
now,
it,
y'all.
bro.
See now, y'all don't want to
You see
admit.
how you just kind of like
See
kind
that's
of called
crazy.
us
Y'all
crack
don't
babies without
now
calling
y'all
us crack
offended
Hey,
and
babies. See
shit.
how that
damn.
little
You know what I'm
bullshit?
Ain't
saying?
See,
nobody
Why
your
y'all
offended.
your fighting
offended?
style is
Damn.
easy as
The,
Hold
the
nothing.
on,
Your
truth.
listen,
fighting
Hey,
style is
if you
easy
was
as
born
hell.
in '85 and '86, crack
bro. I'm a
came out.
child of the
It
crack
wasn't.
era,
Hold
bro.
up. Yeah, I
Hold on,
know.
you
But
missing
hold
it.
up.
I'm a
But I'm just
child of the
saying it
crack
wasn't a
era.
prevalent
You was
thing
a
until like '90.
purveyor. Hold on, listen. If you was born in '69, you were a purveyor of it. I'm just a child of it.
No, we
So you
wasn't a
missing it. I
purveyor. It
don't
wasn't
feel.
even around.
Yeah,
Hold
y'all was
on,
the
listen.
crackheads.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't
like
even
stop
crack
it, nigga.
around in
The fuck?
We the
1969.
crack
Crack
babies.
didn't come
Y'all was
out
the
in the
crack
Yeah, we the
'80s.
crack
heads.
babies.
See,
You
y'all
the
don't even know when
purveyors of
crack
the
came
shit.
Nigga
out.
just
That's how
called us
wild
crackheads.
y'all is. Y'all
Was
think crack
cracking
came
black
out in the
music?
'60s.
Listen,
Was
for the
cracking black
niggas,
music?
for the niggas that was born in the '80s, like myself, we the
Y'all,
ones that hold on, we the ones that saw our mothers and fathers.
yeah,
Because
it
you
was
said you
terrible.
had a son that was born in '88, right?
It was
So
terrible.
he would have been one that saw his mother
Mhm.
and his father be on crack. That's the era that we grew in. We saw you niggas be on crack, and we
Yeah.
decided never to be that. So you got it twisted, my man. You got it really, really twisted. We
Man,
saw
you
we
out of
saw
man.
you niggas. We saw you
Yeah,
niggas not
this is
taking
what
care.
I'm talking
Hold on,
about.
hold
So
on, hold on,
now
hold on, hold on, hold on,
it's
relax,
an
hold on. Hold on,
ageism type of
relax. Hold on,
situation.
relax. Yeah, I know. We saw you niggas not taking care of your fucking kids, and we decided not
So
to do it.
now
We saw you.
we're
Hold,
attacking
hold
each
on,
other.
hold
It
on,
ain't
hold on.
about how
Yeah,
we put the
okay.
shit in our
Yeah,
community.
okay.
See how
Now,
this shit work?
now that
This
the
shit ain't
truth is
about who
coming
put it
out,
in our community and let's
now
try
that
to
the
fix.
truth is
So
coming out,
now
niggas
y'all
don't want to
dealing with
hear it.
fentanyl. So I have to start calling y'all fentanyl fiends and shit.
No. You don't.
Like what the fuck is
No.
going on?
No, you have to call our kids fentanyl babies.
No,
That's
what
what you
I'm
got to
saying
do.
is
You
you
missing
talking
it.
about the problem. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what we should
Well,
be
leave it
talking
alone,
about is
nigga.
what the fuck these people have done to our community.
All right.
It
But
ain't
nigga,
about
you was
calling us names and say, "Oh, y'all was dope fiends in the '90s." That's counterproductive to
nigga. We
anything.
James,
I don't
wasn't
want to have
dope
a
James,
fiends, nigga. We
What the
was
hell
crack
is you talking about?
babies. We
All
James,
was
this is in
crack
all
babies,
this is in
nigga.
response to you calling us crack
right,
babies.
No,
James. You
I
know
never
what?
called y'all no crack
this,
babies.
this
That
is
ain't what
all
I
in
said. The
response,
crack
bro.
era came in y'all time.
You're slightly
Y'all
No,
don't
it
even
slight.
the
wasn't,
time
You have a
before
nigga. The
when
very
crack
good
Tupac
era
slight,
was
was
man.
your era. Hold on, the niggas
Jesus
that was
Christ, this
pushing
is
it, the niggas
crazy.
that was selling it, the niggas that was using it was your eras. The babies that came from that shit
You
was us.
see,
The
do
niggas
y'all
in the
Does
know
that
this?
have to,
'80s.
Do
so that's our fault? You think we put crack in the African
do
American
y'all
Nope, I
history?
never
notice
said that.
how I
This
don't
is crazy.
engage in all? You see how I stay exactly. So it's something wrong with me. I think it's a lot of
Yeah.
because I stay exactly where I started at. You never lost me. I know what I want to say to you. I'm still at the point where I'm trying to show you that you start your history from where you're at and you rewind back. Can we get back to that, James?
Correct.
All
So,
right.
like I said, Dr. Clark was talking to a lawyer and he asked him for a book on African history. He told him, "You come from a people who have no history."
Mm-hmm.
John, that's what the white boy told me.
And we're
I
supposed
heard
to
the
go
story.
along with it. We're supposed to go
So
along with that,
from,
right?
from that point on, he went on the quest to find the history of his people.
So
So
we're
Okay.
supposed to
y'all
go
are
along with
saying
what the white boy
that
said.
the conclusion of what he came from, he's wrong.
No, that's not
Thank
what I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah, that's
that
exactly what you're saying.
what you not, bro. Chill. I never disagree with Dr. Clark, but he's not very prominent in the history circles, right? So most prominent historians and African American historians, they start our history from where we at and then they walk it back. That's how you do it. So if I was to start my history, let me tell you how I do it, James. I say, okay, I'm me. I'm my name's Shay Frame, right? I go back to my father, right? Then I find out who my father's father was, right? Then I find out who his father was, and I walk it back. Then I find out that damn, my family actually were slaves in South Carolina, right? Then I try to see if I can go back further than that. Then luckily, I might find somebody who came over on the slave ship. Then I find out where that slave ship came from, right? Then it'll tell me what port it left from in Africa, right? And I say, okay, that's the west coast of Africa. What was those people that, came from that part of Africa? Who are they? That's how you trace your history. Then who was they in 1820 when my people came over here? What was those people in West Africa doing, that part of West Africa doing? And so forth and so on. I'm trying to figure out, for me, that's how you start your history from where you at and walk it back. Now, if I walk my history back and somehow it ends up back in Egypt, then so be it. But I don't start somewhere and think I can find where I'm at now. It doesn't work like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you, Chef. Now you talking about personal history, and I think that's great.
The history of our people, but I'm thinking that's
no. You're talking about your person. You started off with your personal history.
Yeah,
that's what you did. Your family,
but it's not.
Okay, no, hold on.
Because that's let me.
That's on the micro level. Mm-hmm. But we have a whole historical problem where I want you to answer this question. So you going back but you still have not answered the question of the false history that our people are indoctrinated with is 75%. How do we address that problem? Or do we just we never address that?
No, I think when you research your history, I think it will address that. Now, I can explain how. Because when I find out that my people come from West and Central Africa, right? Then I say, well, what was the traditional customs and spirituality of those people? If I find out it wasn't Christianity, then I know that Christianity and those stories in Christianity don't speak to my history. So I'm going to get it regardless, James. You get me?
Right.
All right.
Yep. I get
so at that point, hold on. So at that point, if you taking what Chef just said, at that point, you can no longer look at it at a micro level because it's actually macro at that point, because that's the majority of Black people. The majority
hold on.
Let me just finish. But let me just finish though, because if you really just took in what Chef just said, if he said he started off with himself and started with his father and went back and went back and went back. That's the micro level. He started with himself. But then when you look at the majority of Black people, we all share that same story, that somebody came over on a boat. So it becomes macro. So we no longer have to deal with this issue of, why would we start 7,000 years ago? We don't have to do that when we start with the micro that you just agreed with.
Okay, but what I'm talking about is your history goes back further than just 600 years ago. As far as back as you can record it, you go back as far as that, because that was the model that other people gave us.
All right, so now my people, now you said something crazy. You said something earlier. You said history starts with writing. Now, the people that I descend from come from pre-literate societies, right? They wasn't writing. So according to the standard that you gave, then my history don't start there because my people wasn't a writing people.
Literate.
Right. They so they don't have a writing.
Okay, so what do we know about West Africa at 5,000 BCE? Like
there's no writing. It's nothing. So those people don't exist in history.
Okay, so bam, so
according to you.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, according to the litmus that you gave, though. According to the litmus that you gave.
That's how they did it.
All right, so and you agreed with it.
They gave us a litmus with the wrong history and started us off telling us that our history starts with the Adam and Eve.
But hold on, how is it?
I don't understand what's wrong with y'all.
But hold on, how is
this false history that I'm giving?
But hold on, if Chef just told you he can go back, how is the history wrong when he's telling you that they were pre-literate people and they don't have this history to where they wrote these mountains of books and all of this shit? You can't do nothing with that.
Okay, listen, Q. This is what y'all I don't understand. But in order for Chef to go back and find out what happened to his history in
He
West
can't.
Africa.
He can't.
No. Listen, he said that he could trace it back to West Africa. That's as far
Mhm.
back as he could go. That's what he
Yeah.
said, right?
Like that's the majority of black people, bro.
Okay. So you lose the trail.
Hold on,
after
just
that.
really quick. Do you agree with that? That the majority of
Yeah,
people.
I took a
Okay,
DNA
cool.
test. So we lose the trail after a certain point. You can only go back as
Okay.
far as the slave records go, probably.
Okay.
Then after that, you just pretty much maybe can take a genealogy test.
So how do you? Okay, so watch
So we
this. How do
don't
you
know our
jump from?
history in Africa.
Okay.
We
So
just
how
know
do
we
you?
come from there.
Okay, so watch this. How do you jump from the furthest we know is the slave boat that our family came on to Egypt? How do you jump 5,000 years? Explain that to us. How do we? Because you're saying
Okay,
that we don't.
because
Hold on, really quick. You want to say that, oh, we don't know our history. This is something that we're just pushing to the side. Okay, well, is it us pushing it to the side, or is it us recognizing that this is the furthest that we can go, and we can't recognize something that isn't documented?
okay,
Which
well,
one is it?
what we did as far as like the people that call themselves historically
No. Hold on. I need you. Hold on. I need you to answer that
we
question,
started
bro.
the history out with
No.
what we could document as far as
I need.
writing.
Hold on, bro.
Hold
Please.
on, let me answer your question.
No. I want you to answer
Let me
this
answer the question
specifically.
real quick.
If we can only go back to, let's just say 1540, to where we can see a boat that we came on, how can we jump over and then go back to 6,000 years to Egypt? How can we do that?
Because we can read. Just like he read and found out about his history where it stopped at right there.
But if there's no record,
the reading don't stop right there. Just now you can read more history.
But if
find
there,
out what was going on in the Senegambias, you find out that history.
Okay,
then
but watch
now
this.
you incorporate that history, those great kingdoms of Mali and the great kingdoms of Songhai. You can incorporate those histories.
Okay, but you do
at the same time, it don't stop right there.
But hold on, but you do agree that the only way that I can even go back to Songhai,
if I know how to read.
Yeah, because of the records, right?
I know how to read. If there's no way to read, you don't know nothing about this.
Hold on, bro. Just walk with me for a second, bro. I'm just begging you to walk with me.
Mm-hmm.
The only way we can go back to Songhai is if the records show it, right?
No, you can only go back there if you know how to read.
What? We can only go back to where the records show, right?
Yeah, that means somebody wrote something down, huh?
Okay, so now once the records stop, how do you jump past that and say we came from Egypt and you want to start there?
Nobody said we came from Egypt. We said that African history and civilization starts in writing, civilization, medicine, the counting of time, making a government. It starts in Egypt where we can first document. That's what African people are saying.
But
African civilization.
But you said, listen to the
You disagree
verbiage.
with that?
No, but listen to the verbiage.
Do you disagree with that?
Yes, I do, because the verbiage that you're using, you're saying it's African. Not all African people had access to that. So if I can go back to a particular group of
Africans, so you think all people had access to Rome? All Europeans?
No, they did not, and that's the whole point.
You think all people had access to Israel?
Hold on, bro. See,
in America.
You're asking a lot of questions, but you don't want to stand still.
I'm asking questions just like you asked.
Right. If you stand still and say, hold on, not all African people had access to those technologies. And if my people go back to a group of people that didn't have access to all of these technologies these technologies that Africans had, then where does that leave us? That leave us.
Let me ask you this. Do African people in West Africa know how to write today?
Yeah. Oh my God. Why are you not getting it?
They writing right now, ain't they? They know about mathematics too.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Were there groups of Africans that did not have access to writing? Were there groups of Africans that didn't have it?
Were there groups of Europeans that didn't have access to writing?
Hold on, bro. Just walk with me, bro.
No, you can walk with me.
Listen,
when did Europeans start writing?
Were there groups of Africans?
When did Europeans start writing?
Come on, man. When do
Europeans start their history?
Listen, let's not talk about somebody that we're not.
I'm saying? You don't want to do that.
We talking about us, bro.
When do Arabs start their history?
You can't talk about us without mentioning them.
Y'all don't want to answer these questions. When do Arabs start their history?
That's crazy.
Yo, see, you know what happens?
When do Arabs start their history?
You know who does this? The people that prefer Trump over Kamala. You ask them a question
I'm
about
not even
Trump.
voting, so that
Hold on, listen, hold on, but just hear me out. just hear me out. When you ask a question about Kamala, they'll say, well, Trump did this. This is exactly what he's doing. Instead of just delving into and answering the question, were there Africans that did not write? The answer is yes. So if I go back to a group of Africans
What
that
writing?
did
What was writing
slow
created?
down, bro, please let me explain this to
Oh
you.
my God.
This is why.
If my particular line goes back to a group of Africans that did not write down their history, that's where it stops. I'm not able to go back any further than that. Do you agree with that?
Man, this is wild. I don't know. Something's wrong with you.
Let me repeat it one more time. If I come from a group of Africans that did not write down their history, can we know what happened before that?
You could have some type of oral history, but you don't know how correct, how accurate it would be. I think writing could be inaccurate as well. But that's the most, for humans, that is the most accurate way that we can document our history.
So if the people that I go back to did not write and no one wrote about
then they
them,
don't have a history until they start writing.
No, it's not that they don't have a history. It's not recorded.
Yeah,
right?
It's prehistory.
It's not recorded, right?
Yeah, it's called prehistory.
Okay, so how can we then take these
pre-literate
people? So how, like Chef said, pre-literate. So how can we take these people who never wrote about themselves? No one wrote about them. How can we then take these people and attach them to Egypt? Go.
What do you mean take them and attach them to Egypt? Again, and I don't know what is wrong with you, but do you not understand, as a collective, we are looking for the start of
I'm not talking about the collective. I'm talking about directly a group
of then people. Okay, if that's the case, then don't even go to West Africa. Keep your ass in America and don't even attach yourself to that history. Just deal with American history. Why are you going back to West Africa?
I'm talking
what I'm saying?
Because I'm talking about I'm talking about what Chef just said. He can trace his family back to.
But hold on. What I'm saying is, if y'all don't want to go back as far as you can go back, why don't you just stay your ass in America and don't be looking for West Africa?
So
that's what we saying.
So freeze
you know
right
what I'm
there.
Saying? So that's not a smart thing to do.
So stay right there where you at. Let's say we go back.
So basically, y'all want to stay in Adam and Eve time.
Hold on. Let's take this group of people that I can go as far as back as I can. No one wrote about my clan of people. My clan didn't write about our people. We were pre-literate. How do we connect these people to anybody else? If we don't have writings and we were pre-literate, how do we connect them to anybody else before that? Does that mean that we don't have history? No, but how do we connect them to anybody else? How?
Well, see, I think that one of the most sickest things that ever happened is somebody could say that it might have been, it's almost like the gift and the curse, the erasing of our memories, because it gave us a blank slate to be.
But it's not an erasure because we never recorded it. It's not an erasure. We never recorded it. So how do you connect?
What are you talking about?
Listen, bro, I want you to put on your thinking ears. How do you connect one group of people to another group of people if they never recorded the things that they did or said in history? How do you connect them to anybody else if they never recorded it? It's not an erasure because they never were able to record it. So how do you connect those people to anybody else?
What I said, and see, you still talking, and I don't understand why. What I said was Africans had their memories erased. This is what I'm talking about. Meaning we don't know where we come from, basically. So I said that it's kind of a sick way of thinking about it, but that may have been a gift because it gave us a whole worldview to look at our history and be able to search for our history in an honest way instead of being, because we were really curious about what was provided to us to be indoctrination. They gave us the Bible as a historical reference.
Okay, let me ask.
What was the first book that the Europeans gave to the Africans?
Let me ask the question one more time.
What was the first book to read that the Americans gave to the African Americans?
Right. Let me ask.
Could you tell me the answer before you move forward?
No, I most certainly can. But what I want to do is stick on this point. How do you erase a history for people that did not record their history? How do you erase that?
Well, we did record our history.
How do you deal with the people, as you just agreed, that there are pre-literate people who did not record their history? How do you erase their history?
Well, you're talking about West African history. We document West African history, but only in its chronological order. So when West Africa becomes a prominent thing, it is documented in the time space that it is. What's wrong with you?
Okay, I'm gonna ask
That's
you.
how people do their history.
I'm gonna ask you.
They don't do their history.
What's wrong with you, Q?
They don't mix their history up like that, bro.
I'm gonna ask you one more
outside of
time.
you guys, they do their history in chronological order. They
I'm
talk
gonna
about when one queen left, then what happened in this time period, and go on until they get to present day. They don't go and talk about their history in a backwards type of manner. They don't do that.
So
and y'all have yet to answer the question of what
you do agree
that y'all can show as an example that does that.
So
Nobody does that but y'all.
So you do agree that there are pre-literate people, right?
Man, I'm not talking to you no more, Q, because you really don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
You just want to talk. And see, I recognize that some people just want to listen to themselves talk, and they just want to listen to you talk.
Well, let me make this closing statement.
With you, bro.
Okay, well,
thank you. You won't answer nothing that I'm asking you.
Okay, well,
answer
let me
the question of what was the first book that the Europeans provided to the African American when they allowed us to read? Could you answer that right now?
Okay, great. Let me just make this closing statement.
You're not gonna answer it, are you?
Let me just make this closing statement.
Why did they give us that book, Q?
So he agreed that there are pre-literate.
Why did they give us the book that you won't answer? Since that's how we doing this.
So he agreed that there are pre-literate people. He agreed with that.
When they provided literacy to us, what book did they provide?
So he agreed that there are pre-literate people to where that these groups, these particular clans in Africa, did not write about who they were at the time. They did not write about who they were before time. So when I ask him the question, how do you erase history with a group of people that never wrote about their history? He had no answer for that. He began to talk about the Bible and things that they brought to us. He has no answer for it. You know why? Because the truth is,
with the Bible at 70-something% as well. What do you know?
Because the truth
when
is,
you don't write, when West Africans wasn't writing their history down, that allowed the European to say, see, y'all are not illiterate people. Let us give you this book and show y'all how history was written. And then that gave us another reason to be confused about our history. So either which way it go, y'all not going to get out of the indoctrination and the misinformation they have provided to us here in America and Africa that got us mishistorically informed at a 70% clip. That is a damn problem. And if y'all can't recognize that indoctrinated problem, then that's on y'all. Y'all think that shit is cute.
Right. So back to my statement. The reason why
I'm getting ready to break.
Yeah, you better.
You say I better. Like what are you gonna do? You gonna continue sitting up here talking about this and you don't have
I just want to finish my statement.
And you're gonna sit up and act as if Dr. Clark them didn't go back and retrieve African history that's better than
I just want to finish my statement that I
the first book that they gave it that you don't even want to acknowledge. So you can't even say that the Bible was the first book that they provided to African people. So why should I stay on here and talk to you, Q?
I just want to finish. I just want to finish.
So you going to admit that the Bible was the first book that the Europeans provided to African people?
Right. So once again,
no, I'm asking you, can you admit that?
Right. So once again, what
I'm saying? You don't need to be talking to people like this, Chef. This is not good. But either which way it go, man, Brass, man, I'll get up with y'all later on, man. But I just don't understand y'all young cats, man.
Y'all young cats.
That's it. Let the elders, let the elders with the wisdom lead. Let the elders say you don't never see the cub in front of the lions leading the way to the water hole. I'll leave y'all with that. You don't never see the baby lion, the baby elephant leading the way to the watering hole. It's always the eldest of the wisest of the whatever species that's leading that species.
But you will always
if y'all don't acknowledge that Dr. Clark is our eldest and wisest as far as history, and y'all are gonna always be lost. Y'all are something is wrong with y'all. And I really want to say that, and I'm not really playing with y'all. Y'all gonna have to acknowledge the wisdom and the elders that came before y'all that put us on the right path of history. This shit ain't no joke. Why y'all giggling and laughing?
You want to know the truth?
Because you just all you doing is sending these veiled. You sending these veiled shots. Like you
no,
ain't,
I'm not.
bro,
It ain't no shot. I'm telling you the truth. That is what. See, this shit ain't no joke.
God, bro.
I don't understand why y'all playing.
You
I'm
was
not
leaving.
playing. Y'all, so y'all think I'm on here just playing with y'all, huh?
No, you was leaving. I thought.
No, yeah, I'm definitely finna leave. But I'm just telling y'all, and my parting remarks,
it's late.
that y'all need to quit playing, bro. Because it ain't no time. Y'all know y'all got kids and shit. So quit playing, man, and give them the right information. That's
right. So just to finish, thank you. So just to finish what I was saying, even if you don't see the cub, you always see the lion leading them to the watering hole. They can still be wrong in the way that they're leading them, and the cubs are still gonna follow. Good thing we aren't cubs, because we will be listening to this foolish ass old ass Negro leading us the wrong goddamn way.
Chef, you said you had a shotgun, bro. You never even loaded the shotgun. Bro.
He wouldn't let me get it off. James know how to make sure whatever weapon you going to use, he going to neutralize that motherfucker.
No, it's a debate. No, what it is a discourse tactic. What it is when you get caught wrong in a statement, because if you go all the way back about an hour in this video, he was wrong in his, he was wrong. No, yeah, that too. But he was wrong in his initial statement. And then it switched to civilizations. First, it was a people. You named the people. Then it switched to civilizations. But
no, first it was a person. First, it was a person.
But I know that fighting style, though. No, I'm talking about even before that. I'm talking about what Chef asked in the beginning about Frederick Douglass and all that. But that fighting style it's a debate tactic. It's a discourse tactic. You learn it in school, where they could be completely wrong on the subject we're supposed to be discussing. So they'll take you to something to where they're right, and keep you where they're right, and just completely camouflage.
And never go back to where they was wrong.
Yeah, that's that fighting style. It's a fighting style. It's not a. And then it's like the little veiled ad homs. Because if you take the bait and you like, all right, like I would say something, then the hostile escape. This fighting style is easy. It's just y'all be having the patience to participate in these conversations. Hey, let me ask a question, Chef. Who is Super Wavy Shawnee? Should I know who that? Should I know who that is?
Yeah, he's a pseudo killer.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's
a pseudo killer.
He was in the chat. He was in the chat,
bugging
out. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, he just come over here to throw jabs at us. He don't offer nothing, right?
Yeah, he done said my name like 10 times, but I don't know who he is. That's I was trying to figure out. I think I had him confused with someone else, but yeah, that explains that.
Yeah, Ray Black is correct when he says Jabari has the same style.
Oh yeah, he do that all
because I'll be honest with you, it's not something that you learn in school. It's really something that you learn on the block. If you want to, because a lot of niggas is slow on the block. So if you're a little bit smarter and you're a little bit more crafty, you can keep niggas in the box by saying, well, what about this then? And then you can take them off of their square. So it's not something you learn in school, because in reality, in school, they tell you to listen to the shit and try to debunk it and then move forward. But if you on the block, you really just try to keep niggas in a box. And like that's what like Jabari does it. He's amazing at it. You know what I'm saying? I do it very well also. That you it's called misdirection, really. You just keep a nigga in that box and try to keep them moving, keep them, so they can't really hone in on what you're doing. But it's really called moving the goalpost, and that's what he did. A multiplicity of times, just move the goalpost, because he started with name me a person that doesn't start with this. We gave him a few people, but name me a people that don't do it. Then name me a country. Like he just kept.
When you keep asking
escalating.
questions. See, like when you learn in sales, the person who asks the questions is the person who controls the conversation. So if you just constantly ask questions, what it does is like it'll never end. It's the song that never ends. But then the disrespect was when you ask, if I'm saying, are you asking a question, I ask you back. when you tell me that you're not going to answer the question or you'll give your perspective on it so it can be critiqued, then now I realize we having a one-way discourse and you're not trying to actually get to a point. You're just trying to, you know,
Yeah, and like but
handle.
you know what? That's kind of what happened because we were all kind of chomping at the bit, and we all saw like his flaws. So instead of us just sitting back, just saying, "Well, what do you mean by this?" We were all trying to chomp at one particular bit that we saw fit that he fucked up at. So when I was saying like, "Yo, explain this," you were saying, "Well, no, explain this," and then somebody else was saying, "Explain that." When in actuality he was wrong on all of those points, but we couldn't help ourselves.
That's why I
You know what I'm
backed
saying?
Well,
off.
no, we ain't Sosa the smartest one out of all of us. He just left. The DQ might be the second smartest because he was just writing songs. I think he was listening, but you know see these guys are well versed. They're more well versed. When I say I just came across into this community, literally like I watched it from a distance, right? But I didn't I
Yeah, but
didn't
that's no excuse though. Niggas ain't
yeah.
giving me no excuse for that. Niggas is gonna bang.
No, I just don't really. I just noticed the fighting styles. Once I notice the fighting style, I'll choose whether or not I participate or not. If I know you really just trying to, stir up something or get me to say an ad hom or get me to say, something crazy, then there's no point in discourse because
Nah, but he didn't. He
the
didn't really mention any ad hominems though.
no,
Like
no,
that's
he
why I
no,
would
no, yeah,
disagree with you on
no,
that.
he
He didn't.
was no, he's real slick with it, but he done called us dumb every other way, but calling us
Yeah.
dumb. He done
Yeah, but
called
that's
us
not an
stupid.
ad
Hold on,
hominem
no,
though.
that is hold on. Well,
No, it's
yeah,
not.
to somebody that ain't, it is.
Nah, but that's not an ad hominem though, bro.
Uh,
Like
that
you just
if somebody calls you stupid or dumb, that's an ad hom.
no, it's not, bro.
What's the ad
Like
hom now?
So what's
and
an
that
ad hom to you?
and that homonym is when you say you're wrong because you're stupid, or you're wrong because you're tall, or you're wrong because you're black. He
What?
never did any of that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, we have different.
no, we don't
Then I
have
won't say.
different.
Then I won't say ad homs. I'll say slights.
Yeah,
Little slights here and there. I'll say little
yeah, he
slights
was
if
being
that sounds better.
disrespectful, but it wasn't an ad hominem. Like,
Well, if somebody is disrespectful to you, they're
In the middle
sometimes
of
they're
an
trying to make
argument.
you in the middle of like we're actually talking about when he asked the question, what people? He didn't say civilization. He said, what people do you know start their history here? I
yeah,
named 8 different people, and then it moved to civilizations. Every time you answered the question, it moved to something. But my point to you, Q, was, and I was trying to get it out, and I think Sosa probably knew because he's had more dealings with Pan African James. The reason why he said those specific set of words when he was talking about historian, and I said, say it one more time, and I put these specific set of words in ChatGPT. It was and the name that came up was Dr. John Henry Clark. That's where it was going. That's the whole conversation. But he didn't realize we would say Woodson, Du Bois, um, Hope. We would
Carter
say
G.
5
Yeah,
different names. So he didn't realize. He thought it was just like, all right. And I say this. I know this sounds probably unbelievable, but probably being the latest person to the conscious community, I never heard of these people before I came. Before I started watching these specific set of channels in the conscious community. I never heard of Dr. Ben before I got on YouTube. I never heard of John Henry Clark, to be honest with you. Theophila Banga, none of them. I heard of people like Carter G. What I was taught, Carter G. Woodson,
Right.
those people.
hey,
I never heard of those people.
Sith Goddess, you're wrong. He never used an ad hominem. You're just wrong. But was he being facetious and not being honest? Most certainly he was, because he moved the goalposts like you just explained. Like he just moved the goalposts for not being wrong. Even when Chef had him dead to rights with everything that we explained, he still didn't want to just say, "Hey, you know what? I was wrong about this, but what about that? But what about this? That's all it is." Look at it.
Yeah.
Posterior's thought says, "Man, Brass, don't let Cube question your intelligence. Cube is a poser." Nah, bruh. Nah. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just unfortunate that some niggas don't. And we can instead of learning from each other, niggas just want to say stupid shit like that.
She look, shaking my head. Poor babies.
Yeah, nigga.
I like Pan African Jay. Like, and then, hey, Chef, but then, remember I was telling you what sounded familiar? That's another tactic in conversation. I just noticed these tactics. They're interesting. It's like you say one thing about one thing, but now that's your thought on all things. Like I just like tomorrow I'm gonna go outside and just start kicking senior citizens. Like I'm gonna just start everybody 55 and over. I'm gonna just start punching them in the face because I just hate all people born in '69. I don't get it. By the way, on another note, uh, JD Vance washed Waltz in that debate. Washed
Yo, bro,
he washed him.
Hold on. I'm gonna be honest. I was watching that before I saw y'all stream. I think it was mostly even. They were giving very good answers, but if I were to give a winner, I would say that JD. But JD Vance slightly got it. I don't think he washed him. I think he slightly got it because what JD Vance did was he was like a fucking a lawyer for Trump, and he clarified a lot of things that Trump was saying. But
That's why he
Walz,
won, though. That's why he
no,
washed him.
I'm saying he won, but by a slim margin though. He won by a very slim margin. If you really watched it, I don't know if you watched the whole thing because y'all were
I watched the
actually
whole
on
thing.
here.
No,
Okay,
no, I didn't join the Zoom until it ended.
Oh, okay. So you were watching it when I was watching it. I thought I heard you on here when it was on, when it was just
I had
ending up.
said so. My first words in here was it just ended.
Okay, yeah, I watched
Yeah.
that shit, man. It was a it was a really good debate though. It was a really good debate. I disagree with both of them, and the only thing that I wish that JD Vance had said, which I think he kind of got caught up on when it came to the illegals, he tried to kind of play around with that. But then in other questions, he was like, "Yeah, we need to deport these people because Margaret." She asked him, she was like, "Yo, so do you stand by, you know, sending these people back, even if they have to send people back that they may have family here and mothers and fathers?" He should have just said, "Yeah, we're gonna send these people back." But he didn't just like drop his nuts and say it. I wish he would have just said that. But yeah, I disagree with both Republicans and Democrats. I think it's all a farce.
No, I think to my point, Waltz, one of the issues, that's why I was kind of confused when Harris picked Waltz. Waltz is not a very good he doesn't like he mixed up Iran and Israel. He makes like these little mistakes to where it's not you realize he's not 100% on policy. He's not
Yeah, he ain't sharp.
100%
He
on
ain't sharp.
he's not sharp at all. He's not a good orator. But the thing where the reason why I say Wash is because Vance is like he's specific on policy, specific on dates, specific on places. And the reason why I say he washed him is because Vance, people sometimes look at JD Vance like they look at Donald Trump. But
Right.
Donald Trump, but JD Vance, one of the things that he has the ability to do, and this is, Trump just doesn't have this ability. He's gonna say, what he's gonna say. Vance has the ability to just have the discourse. He will deliver he avoids all the verbal missteps and the outbursts that people think. They think that's a Republican thing. That's why I always say that's a Trump thing.
Yeah,
When
but
it's
he
not a
lied though, bro. Like the nigga's a
how did
liar.
he lie?
Like
Who?
the nigga JD Vance is a flip flopper, just like fucking Kamala.
Oh,
Like
most politicians
yeah, so like I'm not jumping over shit to give that nigga no props. Like the nigga said that Trump was a goddamn Nazi and he's wouldn't be good for our economy, and then he flip flop and said, "Oh, he wanted me over." No, like the nigga, fuck out of here, bro. Now, how do you feel?
Well,
How do you feel this way one day, and then the next day, like, do we all have the ability to change our ideas and minds once we have new information?
yes, to
That's
be
true.
to be vice president of the United States, most certainly. Because
Yeah,
I watched Biden do the same exact thing to Harris when they debated against each other, destroy her
yeah.
on her
Harris
reckoning.
called.
Hold on. But hold on. But that's but that's political. That's not lying. That's political.
Bro, it's
That's
lying, bro. I don't give a fuck how you try to spin it. When
okay.
Kamala says that fucking Biden is a racist, bro, fuck out of here. Like what? Is he no longer a racist because he chose her as VP? Nah, bro. You don't get away from that. Like you don't get me to forget that shit, bro. She said
No,
it.
no, it's not about having to forget. It's you the highest possible position that you would have in politics to be president of the United States. It's good business and good politics that if the person that you just ran against competed against, so you basically had to do knockdown, drag out, whatever you could say, do, or whatever to get that same position when they both running together. If and then it causes you to have to backtrack on some of the things that you may have meant or didn't mean in order to be vice president of the United States politically in that circle, yeah, you do it. You do
Yeah,
it
but
every
how do
time.
you? But see, this is the thing though. It's not something that you say. Well, I disagree with this particular person on this particular policy. Like Kamala Harris charged this dude with being racist, bruh. So is Biden no longer racist now? Like you cannot walk that type of shit back. Like because that's an egregious thing to say about a person. So like you don't get to walk that back. Like I get what you're trying to say, and I would also agree that if a person proves you wrong, you can say, hey, well, look at this person's track record. I said that I disagreed with them when they said that it would do this and it would do that, and it actually worked out. But when you charge someone with being a racist, you don't get to walk that back. I'm sorry. That's just not something that the American people need to forget and just be like, oh well, yeah, she misspoke. And JD Vance, he even said in a debate, which I disagree with. He said, "Oh, I misspoke when I said." I'm like, "No, nigga, you didn't misspeak. You said that about Trump, and you meant every fucking word that you said at that particular time. Like, nigga, you don't get to fucking do that with me." Like a lot of these stupid niggas, like, yeah, take that shit. Nah, hell nah, nigga. You gonna have to wear that. You said it.
Okay. So in politics is like um it's more strategy than it is anything else, especially in debates. Um when they say certain things, you're appealing to your base, which for Kamala's spot would be black. And what would ring off more than painting him in that light in order to try to win? And
Yeah,
then
but
if
she
you
lied though. She really didn't feel that way.
well, she was talking about him in regards to the busing, right?
But but
I
but,
think I
but
think it
she
was I
lied,
think it
bro. Like, listen, we can say she meant that in regards of this or regards of that. She lied. She truly didn't feel that way. She said it to try to garner votes, and it didn't work. The woman
How
lied.
you know that though?
Oh, see,
yeah, y'all read into these people's
even
minds
better,
way too much.
even better. Let's say that I don't know if she truly felt that he
Right.
was a racist. Let's say that I don't know
Yeah,
that she.
it could be strategy. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that hard to back off of something
So the
if it's a
bitch
debate
lied. What
strategy.
the fuck part
Yeah, I ain't
niggas
gonna
ain't getting?
yeah, I ain't doing that.
She lied. So she truly didn't feel that way. She lied. So how the fuck are we now to trust her when she lied and called the man a racist? Let's say she truly didn't feel that way. Okay, well she lied.
You
You
know,
keep saying that.
there's a statement that when politicians open their mouth, they're all lying. It's not you don't the fact that you don't not and you the fact that you don't see that it could have just simply been a debate strategy, a political strategy. You're just going off a line, which means that you must know her personally or you've done dealt with her or something. You don't know her. And then on top of that, when they talk, those talking points that they have, because this is what I do, those talking points that they say, these different things that they bring up, that's not Kamala Harris. It's so clean that it may make you think that's how she feels and what she thinks and this, that, and the other. People write all of that stuff. People tell her what points to stick on in a debate. So you
Bro,
don't even
which
know how she actually feels. No one knows
okay.
how any politician, probably besides Donald Trump,
I
actually
agree with you.
feels.
I agree with you. See, because what you're saying is, and this is where I want to agree with you. It could just be polemics. It could just be debate. But
Yeah.
this is something that she actually said. So if this is something that she actually said, and if you were to say, well, she doesn't feel like that, well, it's not true that she feels this way. So she said something in error. So now we have to attribute it to being a lie for her saying this to get an up on her competition. It's still a lie, bro. You can try to attribute it to polemics. You can try to attribute it to debate, whatever the fuck you want. And I get it. I understand polemics. I totally get that. Sometimes you say things to try to get the one up on a person. Well, if you're saying something to try to get a one up on a person and it's not true, you're lying.
Well, let me ask you a question. Um, so now, are you talking about his stance on the busing? What are you talking about when she called him a racist? Because I don't ever remember her actually calling him a racist.
What? Oh my
Yeah,
god. Hold on,
I
let me
don't.
pull it up. Hold on, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pull
pull
it
it
up.
up.
Let me pull it
Pull
up
it up.
for you. She called
Because when she was talking about his stance on the busing, I think she started the sentence. If you're talking about that debate in 2020, um, she started the statement off saying, "I do not believe you're a racist."
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Okay. So, because while you was talking, I remember she's talking about the busing, but I was trying to figure out was there ever a time she actually called him a racist? I looked it up. It says Kamala Harris never explicitly called Joe Biden a racist during the. Okay, I was off by a year. During the June 2019 Democratic primary debate, she criticized Biden's past positions on issues like busing and his comments about working with segregationist senators, but she was careful not to label him as a racist. In fact, before addressing her criticism, Harris explicitly stated, "I do not believe you're a racist." So I don't think she actually called him a racist. She was quoted as, because being that I know about like these speech writings and different strategies, it actually wouldn't benefit her to call him a racist. So I'm trying to figure out when she actually did it. But I
All right.
still say it's a strategy.
Let me read this.
Okay.
Let me read this. This is from Newsweek. It says, and this is from October 7th, 2020.
Okay.
It says, yeah, I would share my screen, but it says ahead of Wednesday's vice presidential debate, many have brought up comments California Senator Kamala Harris made to Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden during the Democratic debates. On August 11th, shortly after Biden named Harris as his running mate, President Donald Trump's re-election campaign released a statement on the former vice president's choice, which is Kamala Harris, in which it said that Harris called Biden a racist during the Democratic debates. Quote, not long ago, Kamala Harris called Joe Biden a racist and asked for an apology she never received. The statement said, quote, clearly, phony Kamala will abandon her own morals as well as to try to bury her record as prosecutor in order to appease the anti-police extremists controlling the Democratic Party. In addition to the statement issued by Trump's campaign, a number of people shared a meme that featured a picture of Harris and captioned the read, I just accepted a job offer from a man I called a racist and a rapist, according to factcheck.org. So factcheck.org is stating that she did say this.
You just quoted a meme?
No, you missed it.
Okay.
Factcheck.org said it, and the meme was created subsequently. You understand that? So fact
So
check.
Kamala Harris. All right. So let me ask you a question. Did Kamala Harris say the words to Biden in a public forum? Joe, I think Joe Biden is you're a racist.
So
That's what
fact
I'm
check.
asking.
Right. So factcheck.org says that she did say it, and then memes begin to flow after. That's why they put it in that form.
So if she said that, have you seen that anywhere?
Well, let me see if I can find a
Because
quote.
another thing that's dangerous is you said that this started from Donald Trump's campaign, and listen, I'm a Republican. I'm a vote Republican, but I definitely, I would never say,
Nothing
I
I
would
would
never
say
look, I
would
would never
change.
look for facts from Donald Trump campaign. I would not, if you started with that, so I definitely wouldn't, because that sounds like a debate strategy on his part or a political strategy on his part.
Yeah, that's you're
And I know
Republican,
for a
so that's
fact,
what
I
you're gonna
heard her
do.
in the debate say, "I do not believe that you are a racist." Now that I know for a fact, she said those words out of her mouth.
As a Republican, that's something that you're gonna do to try to make yourself feel better, to try to vote for whoever the fuck you vote for. So I'm not mad at you for that.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You just said that you're a Republican.
Yeah, but nah, okay, cool. I told you my party affiliation, but I'm saying you're saying that she said the words that he is a racist. I don't think I've ever seen those words anywhere. But the words that I did see her, I watched the debate in 2019. She started that statement about his policies on busing and his segregationist affiliations. She started the statement off before she started talking. I do not believe that you are racist.
Right,
Quote.
and what I'm saying is nothing that she can say is going to change her party affiliation. That's all I was trying to say by
Oh yeah,
saying
yeah, no, I agree with that. Well, I
yeah,
don't know. I voted for Obama before, so that's not. I wouldn't say that. I voted
yeah,
for Obama twice
but why did you vote for him though? So that's the point that I'm
because his
hinting at.
policies. No, because his policies, his specific policies at the time fit more of what I was of where my life and my family was at that time. Yep.
That's fair. That's fair, but I don't.
Yeah. A
I
lot of
don't.
Republicans voted for Obama. That's not a. It wasn't a black thing. His policies were
No, I'm
spot
saying
on.
it's fair. No, I'm saying
Yeah.
that's
And
fair.
also, our candidates, the candidates they put up against them just weren't. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question.
Let's
Since
not do this, Q.
since you're a part
Let's
of
not. Nope. Let's not do it, Q. I know what you're trying to. That's. I don't want to have a political conversation with you, bro, because I already know where it's going. You're anti. All right. Let me ask a question. Are you voting?
hold on, how
Any
you
at
gonna
all?
say how you gonna say I don't want to answer your question, but let me ask you a question? How
You're
does
right.
that
You're right.
happen?
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
You can ask
You're
me a
right. You're
question.
right. You're right.
So
Are you
so
voting? No. I'll answer your
no,
question. Just answer this one. Are
absolutely,
you voting?
But come on, bro. Well, let me just ask you a
No,
question.
because I just heard Pan African James. Part of the reason why I stopped
Let me
talking
just
is
answer your
because
question. Yes,
Pan
I'm
African
voting.
James
Yes, I'm
just
voting.
literally
Hold
said
on.
he
Let me ask you a
wasn't voting.
question. Yes, I'm voting. I'm voting
Okay.
third party. I'm not a part of the fucking duopoly as you are, and that's kind of what I want to get to.
Okay.
All right. So my question to you is, when you look at the landscape of the
On that quote though.
combatants, yeah, no, I'm still doing it. Well,
Okay.
when we look at the combatants, if you will, what is causing you to continue to vote for the duopoly?
Be more specific.
I don't know how more specific that I can be. What is causing you to still vote right and then right of right when it comes to the Democratic Party? What is causing you to vote that way? When we see ultimately that the left, which is supposedly the Democratic Party, and the right, which is supposedly the Republican Party, are essentially the same on what they believe in, minus 2 or 3 policies. What is causing you to continue to vote for the duopoly when there are people out there that don't consent to the duopoly and the garbage that we see? What is causing you to stay in that rat race?
Well, I vote. I participate. I'm African American. I'm African American, so I participate in the political process. Um, and if I had to choose to vote, I go with I'm more conservative than I am liberal. Republicans are conservative. Um, there are years that I haven't voted Republican, but this particular time I do. I don't vote based off what Trump says. I don't vote off the antics and all of that kind of stuff. I just stay conservative. There's nothing, some of the things that Democrats believe in and the things that they install when they do get into office, the different things that they do when they do get into office, I just don't agree with. So I vote conservatively. And that's just how I vote. Now, I answered your question. You said you're voting a third party. Who are you voting for if you
Jill
vote in
Stein.
third party?
Jill Stein.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just don't. I just don't see.
I'm just glad you're voting. When I hear people say they want all these changes, Chef, or they want all these they want us to, we got to focus, we got to take our history all the way back to the sub-Saharan and John Henry Clark talking about Africans and Douglas talking about Africans. But as soon as you say that you're not voting, then it kind of like, I don't know.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with people not voting because Medgar Evers didn't take a bullet to the goddamn brain because he wanted people to vote. He took that bullet to people to have the opportunity to vote, to whether they could choose if they wanted to or not. So, and I think that's like a ruse when it comes to history, that people say, "Oh, people died for you to have this." No.
I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say you said that. I said people say that. And they say, "Oh, Medgar Evers died. Martin Luther King died for you to have the ability to vote." No, the fuck they didn't.
I think it's both though, Cube. Because the reason why they were trying to get black people to vote is because they was trying to change the politics in their community. So black people being turned away from the polls and being discredited from the voting process, was directly impeding. It was directly impeding them from being able to affect change. So yeah, they definitely wanted us to vote. You know what I mean?
No. They wanted us to have the ability to do it.
I'm saying it was both. They didn't.
I agree with that.
They didn't.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you. They wanted us to have the ability to where we can vote this way, that way, or not at all, because they wanted us to be a part of the particular process. Because listen, when we got free from slavery,
the process for what? They
process
seen voting as a way to affect change that they were trying to bring about.
Right, but
go ahead.
But if we're being honest, once we got free from slavery, we had the ability to vote. It's just that it wasn't recognized. So what they wanted the American government to do was recognize our ability to do so or to not do so. And this is what they died for.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that they just wanted us to have the ability to just be voting aimlessly.
Yeah, Medgar Evers did not support us not voting at all. Like I heard you say that the first time, and I kind of like walked away from it. But it wasn't. They viewed voting as a fundamental right and a tool to affect change.
Was a tool. It was
you did not. If you walked up to Medgar Evers and said to him, "Well, you know what? I don't like this guy and I don't like that guy, so I'm not voting at all." There's no way he's gonna say
he's gonna be like, "You're a jackass."
Like, yeah, you're a jackass.
He'll call you a jackass.
Yeah.
And if you decided to vote for the other person, knowing our what we were trying to do, he will call you a jackass again.
Right.
So it wasn't just for the right to vote. You dig what I'm saying? We were using that vote to vote in a block to affect change. They wasn't saying, "Yo, just have the ability to vote." No, like they wasn't that American in that sense, like that you trying to say.
I would believe that they were astute enough to understand the process to where that when he took that bullet, he understood that this was our right. He was fighting for the right for us to have that.
Yeah, but you're skipping the second part, Keith.
But I'm not.
He was voting for the right, but he was also voting us for us to use it as a tool. Not vote at all.
And here's the problem, bro.
Not to be all over the place like we are now.
But hold on. But here's the thing. For some reason, it's now enshrined into history that holding your vote is not something that we can do.
It is something that we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. So if holding your vote can be something that we can do, that's the shit that I'm saying that he died for us to have the ability.
How you gonna say that man died for that when we know what he was fucking fighting for?
Bro, he was fighting for us to have the ability to do what the fuck we wanted to do with it. That's what he died for.
So, all right, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, you was about to say we about to go down a whole nother.
Yeah,
we would have to agree to disagree. I think if it was 2 points, it wouldn't be that voting is a fundamental right, and if you don't want to vote, at least you got the right to. Like I wouldn't say that. I would just say the whole point of the voting was the tool. They believed at the time that it was a tool. If you're
To
talking
make
about breaking
change.
out of this
I agree.
oppression, you're talking about getting out of this, to gain power, influence policy, challenge, because at that time you're talking about systemic racism. So to challenge the systemic racism, get in there and vote. I mean, since time, it's been, one of the things I liked about Obama in one of his speeches, and he still says it all the time. He just said it at the Democratic National Convention when they brought up Donald Trump and they start booing. He'll say, "Don't boo, vote." Don't say don't boo him. Like, okay, boo. We all don't like him, but vote. And you know why? And it's very difficult for me to listen to, not you. And Jill
No,
Stein
you
may
can
not
say
even be
me.
on the ballot. No,
You
it's
can
not
say
you,
me.
because I'm talking about other people. Because I got other friends that say that you're actually participating in the process. So I love that.
But if I don't
I
vote,
love
I'm
that.
still participating in the process. This is what I
No,
don't.
you're on the
This is what I
sideline.
don't understand. What you guys don't get. I'm still
You're on the
participating in
sideline.
the process, bruh. I'm
Technically,
I'm still participating in the
technically,
process.
no, technically you are. Technically, yeah. I
Okay,
wish you would vote,
so
but I wish you would actually vote though.
no, but listen, what I'm saying is I am gonna vote. But if I don't vote for the duopoly that we have available to us, I'm still participating in the process. I have that right to hold
Yeah, you
my
have the
vote.
right to abstain. You have the right to
Yeah, I'm
abstain.
holding my vote because we listen, bro. This is not like Europe and places in Europe to where they have 4, 5, 6 different parties to where you can actually. It's not. Listen, what we have right now when it comes to the left or the right, it's like going into fucking Nike Town or whatever the fuck. Foot Locker, and the only thing you got to choose from is Nikes or Penny Hardaways. That's what the fuck you're getting. So if I choose to hold my vote and say I'm not voting for none of this until you give me something different, that's part of the process.
So I'm gonna
I'm
say two things. I'm gonna say two things too. Um, I don't think that. I think when you're not participating, I mean, you do have the right to abstain, but I think that if you have the ability to vote and you just choose not to, then you're not actively participating in the process. You're not.
But you are though.
No, you're not. You're not.
You
You're
are.
not. Nope.
Bro, listen, we have a duopoly, bro. If I do not agree with the two candidates that they put in front of our face, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just
Vote.
choose?
When in doubt, vote.
Hold on. I want you to answer this question honestly.
Okay.
If they give us two candidates that I do not agree with none of their policies, and I don't agree with nothing that they say that they intend on doing, and I vote for one of them, what am I doing at that point?
You're
I'm
voting.
vote I'm voting for the person I'm casting my vote for. I'm voting for that shit. If
Well,
I
when in doubt, vote. You find the candidate. Like, even when I say like I'm a Republican or
you
somebody
said
else says
listen, you
they're a
just said
Democrat.
find a candidate. You just said find a
No,
candidate.
listen
What
to what listen. Yeah, between the two, because
but if there
that's
is no candidate that you agree with, what do you do?
all right. I'm about to answer the question. So even when a person says they're Republican, I don't agree with every single thing that is being put forth by the Republican Party. Even when a person says they're a Democrat, they don't agree with every single thing that Kamala Harris is proposing. You don't agree with all of their policies. You find some sticking points that are true to you. Me, I believe in less government. I believe in less taxes. Those are things that are fundamental to me. So I don't, even if I don't agree with 80% of it and I agree with 20%, I'm gonna vote on that 20%. Now let me say this: by you not voting, what you're saying is
I don't
I don't
agree with
even
none
want
of
to.
it.
You don't agree with the entire process. You don't agree with
Yes.
100% of what either
Yes.
one of the people are saying. Hold on. And being that you know that come that next morning after the election, or sometimes it may take a day, that one of those people are going to be in office, you had nothing to do with the outcome of either, even if you agreed 1% with either one. You're having it all dictated to you. All of it. The whole
That's not true, bro.
100%.
That's not true.
Okay.
When you hold your vote, you're saying when I go into Foot Locker and you give me the only thing I gotta choose from is either some goddamn Jordans or some Penny Hardaways, I'm saying I'm not buying either. This is
I don't
like,
agree with the analogy, but it sounds good.
yeah, I know it sounds good because it's the facts. I'm
No,
not
it's not.
choosing,
You just took the president. You just took the national election process, broke it down to buying shoes.
bro,
Like
because you know,
that's not even like.
but you're missing the point. When you right now in our duopoly, the way how it's structured, you only realistically, even though I'm voting third party, realistically, you only get two parties. Am I right or wrong?
What'd you say? I apologize. What'd you say?
When you
You
go
said
to
you only
when,
got two. No, you have. You can
when
vote.
you
I don't
go,
think Jill Stein
hold on, hold
gonna
on,
get
hold
on
on,
all the ballots.
hold on. You said you didn't understand and you didn't hear me.
Okay,
Let
go
me
ahead.
explain it to you.
Go ahead.
When you go to vote in our duopoly, the way how it's structured, even
Mm-hmm.
though I'm voting third party, you really only get to choose two people. So if I say I don't want to vote for either of these people, you're going to tell me, oh, well, because you didn't vote, well, that means you're accepting this or you're accepting that. No. What if I'm voting for the person that the other person, like say Trump? I really hate Trump and I really don't want to vote for anything of his policies that he's offered. So I vote for Kamala Harris, and I really hate her shit too. What the fuck am I voting for?
I don't know what to tell you if you just hate everybody, Cube. I can't even answer that question. I got a friend that
Right.
does that. His name
There's
is
a
Cuban.
problem with the duopoly, which you're not
I
understanding.
didn't say no, but that's a different argument. I agree that I agree that there's the two party system is problematic if you want to have that conversation. But I'm talking about dealing with the
So
system that we have in place.
abstination is a viable
I don't
place
even
to
know if
go.
that's a word.
Bro,
But
it is a
but
word, bro.
okay, I didn't say
Abstination
it
is a
isn't. I
word.
said I don't even know that it's a
No,
word.
but
But
I'm
I'm just
telling you
saying
that it is. It's fine, but I'm telling you that it
I'll
is.
look it up. I'll look it up. But my point is,
Abstination.
by voting, you're effectively if you're not going to vote, then okay, I answered your questions. By not voting, would you agree you're allowing other people to make decisions on your behalf without your input?
No, you're not. You're
Okay. Well,
not.
then we just not gonna agree. I don't want to argue with you.
All
We're
right,
not
y'all.
gonna.
We about to
Yeah.
shut it down. I'm tired as
Yeah,
hell.
we not gonna agree. Yeah, we just not gonna agree. We can do this
All right.
another time. Man.
Hey,
Maybe
let me
earlier in the
let
day.
me say this, man. Going out,
Mm-hmm.
do not vote for the duopoly. Fuck the duopoly. To hell with Trump. To hell with Kamala Harris. Don't listen to no nigga, no whatever that's trying to tell you to vote for Kamala Harris. That's trying to tell you to vote for Trump. Fuck the duopoly. Tear that shit down. There's other people out there that's really trying to do things for you. Fuck the duopoly. Peace.
Peace. Brash, you got any words, man? When the next time y'all doing something on Tri Media, man? What's going on?
Hey, so we're gonna have a private conversation with you and
Mm-hmm.
Corey. Yeah, when I tell you behind the scenes, we just these lives and stuff. That's not really 100% of what we was trying to do.
Right.
So we're gonna go live and things like that. But the separate from that, we got one huge thing coming. Pause. But we have some other things. Well, let me just say we'll talk off here. I don't want to talk off. But with in regards to that, I just want to stay focused. I understand people's frustration in the dual party system, in the two party system. I understand people's frustration. I understand that. But vote. If you have the voice to complain on these channels, if you can sit up on panels and watch all these people talk about this, that, and the third, and somehow we'll get our unity from all past generations from thousands of years ago in a faraway place and time. Today, in this time that we live in, for your babies, for your family, for your people, vote. You may not agree. Now, the last thing, where I do agree with Cube is the two party system. When you say that you don't vote, you don't agree with Kamala, you don't agree with that. When people don't vote, you do have the ability to also mess yourself up when you don't vote locally, like for your sheriff, like for your mayor, like for your count, like that kind of stuff too. So I agree that locally your vote may count more. You know, it's more people candidates this and the other. But no matter how it is, when in doubt, vote. When in doubt, vote. That's what I would always say.
Awesome.
Later.
All right, my dude. Damn, I got you up here on the African teacher. That's crazy.
It's all good. Peace, G.
All right, peace, man. Look, y'all, man, we ain't getting to half of the topics that I wanted to actually cover. It's crazy. I had like 6 topics that I wanted to cover. But you know, I let the show most of the time take on a life of its own. You know, when I want the show to go a particular type of way, y'all notice I'll do my monologue so it can go that way. So I kind of let it loosely go where it was gonna go at. So I didn't do too much talking. So tomorrow is where we're gonna make these niggas stop the cat. You feel me? Tomorrow is where we're gonna make them stop the cat. All right. So man, it was a good show. It was a good conversation, lively conversation. But I'm just building data, right? I'm building data. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. We out.
Unbelievable, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson.